I've been looking for you for 8 months. Whenever I should have had a gun in my right hand, I thought of you. Now I find you in exactly the position that suits me. I had lots of time to learn how to shoot with my left.
When you have to shoot, don't talk.
They say kung fu 4 times, karate.
Not bad. Jacket on. Jacket off. And
Everything.
I was like, jacket off, motherfucker. Yeah, with Will Smith's
I want to
kid.
see Jaden Smith.
Ugh. Man, I wish Will Smith was my dad. TalkRadar 102.
Are we keeping that?
Yes, Henry.
Okay.
You were unwittingly part of the happening.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't fucking funny.
Threw me off my game because this is a piggy today. Ooh, and this week kicks off the first of hopefully many contests with SplitReason.com.
Yes.
Oh, I love that site.
Yeah. Henry, what is SplitReason.com?
It's one of the best geek and specifically gaming sites on the internet for T-shirts.
And you just wrote a feature on T-shirts, so you are the authority.
On bad T-shirts.
On bad
There's a
T-shirts.
sequel coming up soon, and I should note that there were no Split Reason shirts on that list.
The person I talked to disagreed with me when I said that.
There was one on that list that somebody stole their idea and redid it as an official shirt.
But
it wasn't their shirt.
They make respectable game shirts, like original game shirts. Yeah. And you'll see by this design, it's the Mighty Kong one. That's the one we're giving away this week.
Which one's that?
The one of him on the Empire State Building.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, and all
fighting
that.
Samus and
and Star Wolf or the Star Fox ship.
Go look at the TalkRadar 102 page. You will see the shirt you can win. We'll tell you how.
That shirt.
I like this already.
We will tell you how you can win it later in the show. 102, it's a big one. Biggest release week I can remember in a while. I think there were smaller holiday release dates this year. I know shit got pushed back, but this was ridiculous.
Well, February was another bottleneck, but this is definitely
for a single month, I'd say.
Because February had the Dante's Inferno, BioShock 2. I don't remember what they were now.
This is like a fucking 5-day span. Red Dead Redemption, Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands, Mario Galaxy 2, Alan Wake, Rocket Knight. There was Split Second.
One of these things.
Split Second.
Split Second. Blur is out next week.
Yeah, I bought Split Second on your recommendation, Chris, so I hope it's
Did
good.
you? I'm probably in trouble. Let's introduce ourselves real quick. I'm Chris Antista.
Henry Gilbert.
I'm Michael Raparez.
And
Full
I'm
robot mode.
Brett Elston.
And together we make a podcast. We'll be talking, I think, in depth at least about a little bit about Red Dead Redemption, Prince of Persia. I don't know if anybody wants to hear anything else I say about Split Second.
You've said enough.
Alan Wake, I don't know, maybe Mario Galaxy 2. We have reviewers of some of these games in the room right now. And very later in the show, first for TalkRadar, a live sketch.
Really?
Written.
What?
Yes, a live sketch. That's right, because you guys will be the only audience.
Okay.
So let's see how that goes. I'm guessing first and last sketch TalkRadar ever
I felt
does.
like we had done some before. The fake Tyler feud ended with a sketch.
Did it?
Yeah.
What do you mean? With just something scripted?
Yeah.
Yes, but this time
it's the first new one.
It's the first new one.
All right.
Well, this is. Look, there's a script and everything.
Okay. I see that.
And yeah, and sound effects and cues. Let's get into the top 7 this week.
Oh shit!
Because it's important.
It's starting already.
We did another one of those.
Yeah.
Every Monday, I feel like.
Top 7. What are we looking at? Michael Raparez.
Top 7 weirdest westerns.
Michael Raparez, his pseudonym for Michael Raparez.
Yes.
That's dumb.
A little bit.
Michael Raparez, weirdest westerns. Was there anything you left off the list?
Oh, there was a lot. There are not many.
All Western games are failures.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things where like a lot of things came up toward the end of the writing process. Like at the beginning, it was kind of a hunt for entries, and nobody was suggesting anything. And then suddenly, like, oh, what about Borderlands? What about Red Steel 2? What about this? What about that? And like most of them, it was just like not weird enough or not quite fitting with the theme. And
Yes, because these are fucking weird, or at the very least, excruciatingly bad relics.
Yeah,
to
because
games
when you get
you'll
into
never play again.
Borderlands and Red Steel, it's like, well, there's Western elements, but it's not a Western.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if you want to take it that far, it's like, what about Fallout 3?
Yeah.
What about, anything that could be dissected and said, well, this is thematically a Western, even though it's not cowboys and Indians and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, what was your reasoning behind the number 7?
Number 7.
10-star?
Honestly, it was the easiest one to make fun of.
Had you played it before in your youth?
I had not. I remembered seeing it in Nintendo Power and on sale, but I never had a Super Scope, so it never really caught my interest that much.
According to Game Rankings, are the only people in the world who reviewed it.
According to Game
Nintendo
Rankings,
Power.
what? Oh, Nintendo Power.
Yeah, well, I would imagine so because, surely EGM reviewed it. This was 94. EGM was in full swing in 94.
Well, it's very much a product of that play it loud period where Nintendo was like on top during the 16-bit years when it's like, look at all this original stuff. Look, Nintendo's putting out Ken Griffey Jr. baseball.
Oh man, they own him lock, stock, and barrel.
Yeah, Nintendo has Mortal Kombat 2 with blood, all that stuff. And it's just like this is kind of like the same sort of school of thought that brought Earthworm Jim into being, or it's trying to be, that
That's the only 10-star clip I have.
So it's a Super Scope game with a robot cowboy.
Yeah, the thing
with
is,
a
it's
fucking
like,
Dudley Do-Right grin.
You
made that joke. Damn
yes,
it.
yes, I did.
Damn it. All right.
It just tells me it's not a very original joke to make.
Well,
You should have freelanced some jokes out to Chinspire.
I should have.
yeah. Plenty of shit. I definitely like the look of it. Like it's a very soft Easter. Looks like an Easter palette.
Yeah,
That's a good way to describe it.
Spring colors.
lots of soft pinks.
Yeah, looks delicious.
Saying
As a
the
card-
game's spring, not a fall.
And I love the smiling setting sun in the background
Yeah.
with fucking huge chubby cheeks.
As a cartoon dork, this is like my happiest period as a younger gamer. Just cartoons games that almost resembled cartoons.
Yeah,
This was one of them, and an original one, which there weren't a lot of.
I was actually very surprised to find out that this wasn't a tie-in
Yeah, exactly.
to like some Saturday morning TV show that was like maybe had a pilot on CBS and disappeared.
Does it have a full roster of like a lot of characters?
It has a few, yeah, and we're expected to care about them. They just sort of flit in and out of the cutscenes.
It's from a very strange, like it was partly in that Play It Loud era, but 94 was also this kind of, in my opinion, other than Donkey Kong Country, like kind of a weird off year for Nintendo published games. It also had, we had Final Fantasy 3, Donkey Kong Country,
Uniracers.
Uniracers.
Yeah.
But like, Uniracers is a similar thing when Nintendo published like all this weird
Stunt
shit.
Race FX. That may be the next year.
Previous.
But I mean, 10 Stars is especially strange because it's like
fucking weird.
you look at it being played and it looks like a platformer.
Yeah.
But you have no input over what the characters do. You're just shooting.
I had no idea what you were doing when I saw you playing it.
With a Super Scope.
Well, it's an approximation of a Super
Right.
Scope, let's say.
We'll call it a mouse.
We'll call it a mouse.
Okay, let's get into number 6.
Number 6.
I know.
What is number 6? I've already
Dark
forgotten
Watch.
my own article. Oh, right, Dark Watch. Yeah, Dark Watch was pretty cool.
This was a PS2.
PS2, Xbox. Very, very Halo-like game.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was very surprised by how Halo-y it is with the regenerating blood shield or whatever it is.
Yeah, you have the shield and you have your health, and the shield regenerates automatically. And later games just kind of did away with that whole, health shield thing and just like you regenerate health, period. But, so Dark Watch is surprisingly good considering it just seems to revolve around like vampires and women with huge tits.
Yeah. Voiced by whom?
Who pose in Playboy.
Voiced by Rose McGowan.
Wow.
Former Miss Marilyn Manson.
She was like
all I know about her.
Marilyn. She was two Miss Marilyn Manson.
She was in Planet Terror, wasn't she? Or
Yes,
am I
she
thinking
was.
someone
Yeah,
else?
Sorry about that.
now she's Miss Robert Rodriguez.
Oh, that's right,
She's-
Homewrecker.
She's the gringa that took
Yeah, I think
ruined their family.
the thing is, like, the Playboy thing, it was, for some reason, like, sort of a popular thing at the time. Like
Game characters.
Yeah, game characters. This is now a legitimate art form in
Hey.
2004.
You there with your dick in your hand. Imagine that tit you always wanted to see? We drew that.
Yeah.
Well, it was like
we can draw that because
like-
it's
yeah,
created
the-
on our computers.
Yeah, it was like the character render technology got to the point where, like, that does look like a naked woman.
Yeah.
Can we make a special issue of this play?
But I remember when that came out, like, it wasn't... They had, in the first run of the Vixens, they didn't have all of them naked. Like, only a few, like the Dark Watch girl were naked, I think. Blood Rain was topless, but a lot were just in bikinis or something.
Yeah.
Though they just had one last year they did, and, like, it had a girl from Saboteur in it who was naked and some other...
Anybody who's never going to get their own action figure is allowed to appear topless.
Yeah. Of course, this, none of this has anything to do with the game or why it's weird. But
Well, I think it's funny that, like, when Dark Watch got to be Playboy, it's just like, well, we need somebody with tits. Well, we're this game that hasn't even come out yet. But we'll give you some tits. All right.
I think that kind of prejudiced me against the game before it came out. It's like, oh, this is going to be stupid. And you got my hands on it. It's like, actually, this is really good.
So, like, the thing with this is it's Western, but it's vampires, so you got all this gothic imagery with crosses.
You're like this train robber who gets bitten by a vampire lord, and then you get access to all these weapons with crosses all over them.
Are you somehow a weird hybrid that has new powers that vampires have never seen?
No, but you have a gem that allows you to operate in the daytime, but your vampiric powers go away.
Of course you do.
You're not quite Blade.
Why does he have a glowing red eye in one picture?
Because he has an eye patch at the beginning of the game.
Oh my god.
And the eye patch goes away, and it's replaced by one big glowing red eye for some reason.
It's that creepy eye.
He wrote in the article about a weird sex scene, and I'm like, I have to see this.
Right,
a clumsy sex scene. And the best part about it does. I thought it would work in audio better. It doesn't really. But the best part about it is this woman writhing, getting sexed, and a male partner looking over her. Like Simba's dad not moving, like they forgot to move his hips or his body between her legs. Yes, and then he bites her. But you were right in that. Is it like right after their introduction they have sex and there's like really no segue in between. I had like uncut.
Take it easy, cowboy. We're on the same side.
Is that Rose McGowan?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't let Cartwright get you into lather. He fears you. He should fear you. We're outlaws, Jericho. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Some of us even like it.
Sex. Sex.
But then, so he just has this completely, like, non-moving, just this unchanging face.
Well, you know which one the work went into, because somebody had a Playboy shoot. Let's go into Cinco. Oh, this one I'm so glad it made the list. Freddie Farkas, Frontier Pharmacy.
This phrase has been stuck. I'd never heard of this game, but I've been saying Freddie Farkas to myself for the last 4 days.
Really?
Ever since just because that name has been stuck in my head, I'll be sitting there silently. Freddie Farkas. Nobody gets words stuck in their head.
I can't even confirm that I've played this game by Al Lowe. I did Leisure Suit Larry, right?
Yeah.
But I've read the manual probably 7 times at my friend's house.
Did you jerk off?
It's fantastic. It's not one of those jerks. It's like an entire humor magazine based in the Old West.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, I remember, like, back when Sierra was kind of big in the early 90s when this came out. Like, I got, like, Sierra's magazine Interaction. I was reading it, and it was just like...
You have a 60-year subscription to that.
Yeah, I think I do from all the warranty cards I sent, and they still owe me, like, years' worth of issues. So it was treating it like a big deal. It was like, Al Lowe is going to not write tit jokes and start writing fart jokes.
Yes.
And it was like, this is like, people were excited about this. It was like, brilliant! Fart jokes in a video game!
He's going to do for farts what he did for tits.
Who could imagine?
It'll fly off the shelves like sliced tits. Or hot farts.
Horrifying.
Like flap tits.
Wow. It sounded like you laughed and reversed.
But yeah, it's not. It's also a pretty well-designed game. Not quite what you'd expect from a Western. I mean, you solve a lot of the problems with his ridiculous chemistry set, which also doubles as a form of copy protection because half the
back when DRM was fun.
Yeah, half the recipes for the medications you have to make are located somewhere in the instruction manual.
Oh,
so
yeah,
go
that's
find
right.
them.
That's why we always had it.
Okay, I need to get 2 parts this, 3 parts that, mix them in a this thing. And
This was before Adobe made the PDF.
Yeah.
Yes,
Obviously.
Or even a text file.
Obviously,
Where
yes.
there were forums or message boards.
exactly.
What
It
is
was
weird about
1993. It
but
was
what's-
practically the Wild West back then.
Yes.
It's just not a very serious game.
No.
It is
But like-
sort of a bizarre accident. Like a game like this could never happen today.
But it's basically a.
Well, it could, but it would be like BMX XXX.
Yeah,
Well,
some-
awful.
So it's like a point-and-click adventure
Mm-hmm.
with a silly fart joke motif.
Kinda, yeah.
That's
Oh
At
my
one
god.
point, the entire town comes down with a lethal case of diarrhea, and you have to save them, or else the narrator comes on and says, "Yep, we all died from the creeping crud. That's right, I'm a ghost."
there is a snake in my pants.
wow, like
Holy crap.
the text box here with a reverberating brat. The bag inflates, capturing a sample of foul wind.
Yeah, that's capturing a horse fart in a paper bag.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, speaking of horses, first thing I did, turn on Red Dead Redemption last night. Walked up to the horse, clicked the left stick to crouch, put my head under the horse's crotch,
wow.
moved the camera around so the camera gets stuck between my face and the horse's butt, and then proceeded to just laugh for like a minute.
I don't know why we haven't done that feature yet. I do it all the time.
It was me and Carolyn on the couch, and she's like, "Don't do that." Okay, that's
Every
pretty
time
funny.
I was in the elevator in Mass Effect, I turned it into an episode of MTV's
Yes,
The Grind.
the grind.
just all up on Shepard's crotch. Oh my goodness. Westerns, weird westerns.
Don't you have a Western sound effect though?
You know, I did have this, and I read somewhere that the Dark Watch theme licensed out. What's it? The Morricone's Good, the Bad, and the Ugly theme.
Oh, did they? What?
That wouldn't have been cheap.
That wouldn't have been cheap, and the best thing I could find is like I don't know, some loosely. You can loosely see it in the theme. It was. I just read somewhere it was supposed to be intended to be more horrific.
I see. I'm over it.
Ooh, but it's creepier.
Vampires!
It sounds
Yeah.
like off of a $2 CD you'd buy at the party store.
Yeah.
My,
In
my
preparation of
Halloween,
Halloween.
my Six Flags CD. Right?
Somebody
Maybe
get on
have, like,
Twitter.
a clip art of a Dracula on the front
Yeah.
cover.
Somebody get on Twitter and find me a John Wayne soundboard. That is what this podcast needs today.
Dark
Number
Watch,
4.
I think, is the one of the first games I played on
We're all
the
over the
E3
place.
show floor. It just popped in my head because I remember playing it, going, "I hope this is a good game," and then never saw it again.
That seems like such a weird time.
It really was.
That's right,
All right.
Pilgrim.
Thanks. There's my John Wayne soundboard. John Wayne, what are you doing today?
Thank you, Pilgrim.
Buying some steak.
Is it for Thanksgiving dinner? Who are you eating with?
This is Duke Gilbert.
I'm eating with
This is
Jack Benny.
I said Thanksgiving. It was your cue to say Pilgrim.
Oh,
And
sorry.
You're bad at this.
if I needed a hat with a buckle on it, who would I go to?
Pilgrim.
Thank you.
Not plural.
Pilgrim.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Singular.
Pilgrim.
Maybe you
Oh.
should just be retarded. and all
I
you
found
can say
a
is
John Wayne
Pilgrim.
Flash soundboard.
Okay. Never mind. I can hear that. Give me a Kurt Russell soundboard from Death Proof. Doing his John Wayne impression.
Say you're good.
You're
in my
okay in
book,
my book.
Pilgrim.
Hang
Well,
on.
this
God
is that
damn it.
book.
Number 4. Number 4. Godhand, which I for some reason had like completely slipped me as being a Western.
Yeah, I admit it's a stretch. It's and after saying all that stuff about like, well, no, it's not quite thematically right. Yeah, then I go and do this, and I'm a hypocrite. But
I think you can get away with it.
It's especially the early levels. It's impossible to not think of it as a Western because
Yeah.
it's like dusty clapboard towns
Saloons.
where the locals are being bullied by thugs, and the only difference is that instead of 6-shooters and cowboy hats, it's kung fu moves and spankings.
I love
Yeah.
the spanking thing, and I hadn't seen it in so long. I really forgot how much that looked like Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Even down to like the font of the points is like the same thing as Bayonetta. The point font.
I remember when that
Same
game came out, G4 or X-Play in their review brought up that while the main character has a girlfriend, he is incredibly gay. Is that
Oh
would
my
you?
goodness.
What?
Or at least one character in God Hand is very gay. I
Well,
thought.
there are a couple guys who show up I think pretty early on in the game, and they're like these two. They're basically the Choaniki guys.
Okay.
They mixed with like Vegas showgirls, if I remember
I
right.
see.
They're like wearing these. Like a Speedo or something with like peacock feathers or something, and they just like, oh, he looks like he needs to cool down. That's not even an approximation. It was more gay than that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not doing gay.
I tweeted you a link, by the way.
I can't see the internet.
Okay. God Hand, I really wanted to play it, and I never.
Enough memories that are 2 years old.
I just never. Yeah, my memories here. The same thing. It's like from 2006.
I still
like
want to
that
go back
with
and play it.
4 years
It's
old.
Michael,
I like it.
our own Michael Grimm's favorite game. He says, like with complete pride.
It's
he
such a-
loves
loves
this
that
game.
game.
Like we have a video that's nothing but all the spankings that I think Gabe Graziani recorded. Who's
Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler
Did-
suggested it to me, so I'm assuming he did it.
Oh, did Tyler do it?
Yeah, Tyler Nagata.
Because I remember Gabe, who went to GameSpy and now works at Ubisoft. He was all. I think he previewed the game at the time and was all really big on it. And I ended up getting a copy and was wanted to play because I do like westerns and I like the setting. And then when you throw in weird shit like this, like beating people up and then embarrassing them, it's just a prototype for Bayonetta, which was kind of brought up already. But kind of hated Bayonetta, so.
all right.
Grumble,
God
grumble,
hand, God
grumble.
hand. Oh my God.
What's the deal with the picture of him fighting a giant strawberry?
I think that's a power.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Damn it. You're
You need to
disappointed.
respect the numbers. Number 3.
Silverload.
my favorite.
Silverload, yes.
This was
Silverload.
a gem that
This
I had no idea this existed until Friday when Mike Grimm brought it up to me, and I'm like, I look it up and it's like, what the fuck is this?
I have a little description.
Silverload is a close-knit community, mister. I dare say rather uninteresting, judging by a man of your appearance.
Yes.
Judging
I'm gonna-
by a man of your appearance.
Going to read this line without taking a breath, and the next one without a beat skip.
We can get into more
Yeah.
Silverload audio because it's wonderful. Can you tell me more about
So
Silverload?
bad. It's okay. It's a really awful PS1 port of a PC point-and-click game. So you spend most of it navigating a cursor around the screen, which is always fun on a PS1.
That changes to like
directional
what,
pad.
a boot and a mouth?
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like it's never entirely clear what you can and can't click on. So half the time, like you're standing in one place, like just frantically clicking the boot around, trying to find the exit. And then if you, in certain situations, like if you're out at night, if you stand around in one place for too long, like a werewolf comes and attacks you, and you either lose health or you die.
Those were the days when PCs had way more than just first-person shooters.
Yeah.
And the last time they tried to port literally everything over onto
Yeah.
PlayStation consoles, and
Did
Oh my
StarCraft
God.
ever get a PS1 port? Or was
I don't
that
think it
just
did.
No, but the N64 did.
Yeah, right.
did it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the worst version of StarCraft you'll never play.
I'm sure iPhone will.
I think that was
Yeah.
that
Really good
Blizzard's
title.
final console game. I can't think they did.
No one knows.
Stop it, Silverload.
Yeah.
I am not a proud Southern man, but the one thing I really hate is bad Southern accents.
Yeah,
For-
there's
Yeah.
a lot of them. And it's not even just bad Southern accents. Everybody has a weird accent just pulled from some random corner
Yeah.
of the world.
Yeah, there's always a tinge of something like Irish or
Well, to be
Yeah,
fair,
there's like
or
a
Eskimo.
cartoonish Scottish shopkeeper. Like,
to,
really?
to be fair, I mean the West was this. Everyone.
All right.
It was it was enchanting everyone around the world.
Hold on, let me play this one here accent.
How dare you come in here? Don't you think we've suffered enough without you pretending that you will help us?
Pretending that you will
That
help us.
That I can't abide.
She started with with a regular voice, and then slowly descended into
You will help us?
See,
Help us! Can't we give this man a chance? This stranger's all the help we have right now. And in my opinion, I believe he will help us.
You know who he sounds like? He sounds like Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder. The movies I see in my brain makes my eyes rain. Boo, 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 boo,
It
boo.
sounded more like Forrest Gump.
Boo, 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 boo.
Yeah, the thing is, I wish I had included it. There's when you leave that couple who were just talking, like the woman's accent suddenly slips into Irish for some reason.
Really?
Like, yeah, he's like, Godspeed you on your journey, stranger. And then she's like, and the devil take a liar's soul.
That she struck me specifically as, like, I just thought Heavy Rain immediately. like some Norwegian coming in and trying to.
Into the wasteland.
Well, yeah, if you want to hear, speaking of Westerns with bad accents, I remember Call of War as Bound in Blood was like had some awful ones.
Ah, the
like,
bib.
Yeah, because it was like Norwegians doing
Hodge Pip.
Yeah.
Why is that so amusing?
I don't know. I don't even know what this is.
Oh no!
I have a sample of that meddler's.
What is?
Did you just shoot
We
beer
had
out
a
of your
spit
nose?
take, our first spit take ever on the show.
Oh my god!
What just happened? What did
That's
I miss?
a great
Look,
moment in
I was
history.
playing audio. Wow,
Brett
he
did an
spit
actual spit take.
all the way across the table onto
Holy
his
It
shit.
hit my
keyboard,
hand.
We're
right
gonna
here.
have to clean this up.
onto the equipment.
This is too funny.
Somehow we'll have to convince people this is fermented ginger ale. You all right
Let
there,
me
buddy?
Grab one and get
I
this
can't
side.
stop. What was that caused Brett to have a spittle
This is the
take?
first
Play it again,
part of
play it
that
again.
sound effect.
Oh, great one. I have a sample of that meddler.
Who the fuck is that?
That's the town barber.
Of course it is.
It's like everything I read about this game before actually playing it indicated that like everybody's like the barber is such an obvious gay stereotype. It's like I don't know what the fuck stereotype it is. It's some sort of stereotype. I don't think it's gay.
Oh, let's hear that again.
Oh,
Yes. What was he doing? Yawning? Yawning.
Great one.
I wish there was a cock in here. Aw.
But yeah, the thing I also included in the video clip that's in the article. But at one point he offers you a bath and a shave, and so if you accept this, you sit down and he basically, he has a razor to your throat and he slits your throat, but only very slightly. Like
Oh,
he
I
could
saw
kill you,
that.
but he just sort of nicks you to get a sample of your blood, and that makes the game unwinnable, according to Mike Grimm.
Mike Grimm has played this whole thing.
He has, and he said that it's one of the reasons it's awful is because it's possible to do something that will make the game unwinnable, like accidentally give the barber a sample of your blood, and then it will never tell you that it's unwinnable. You will just wander forever with no clear goal.
That's point and click adventures in general. Like if you don't keep
no.
that one item, like if you don't keep the pie to throw in the Yeti's face.
Okay, that's King's Quest V specifically. Since then, they've gotten better.
well
Yeah,
since then. Yeah.
Well, and LucasArts in their game had a specific thing that they wouldn't like put you in a situation you could never, like a no-win situation or a situation where you die and it's all over.
Which
you know?
the reason I did the spit take was because you
oh, great
you
one.
I didn't even get to his voice. You were like, it's like such a like we were in a dull moment or something, and then you were like, all right, what? The next guy has something to say.
I have a sample of that
Wow, this guy gets you every time.
Yeah.
And I just the fact that he wasn't even saying a word. It was.
Did no one else? Did no one else think of anything dirty when they saw the title Silverload?
I was
Yeah,
trying to
I
think
was-
of like.
I thought of a Ratchet and Clank game.
Well, I was gonna say that barber
Silver
wants a
choke.
silver load all in his face.
Yeah,
I was gonna
exactly.
say like werewolf jizz or something.
Well,
Well,
it-
no, it's silver.
that would
Yeah,
make
alright.
this game much weirder. Is the thing? It's like it's layers of weirdness because it's like okay, on the one hand, it's like a supernatural western, and like oh no, there's werewolves, whatever. But then there's just the sheer awfulness that like every moment you're playing it, you're like, what the fuck is going on in front of me?
Did you go through all the? Did you go through all of the barber's audio?
No, I didn't. But I remember, like, we were just in the room when you were recording this, and we all, like, stopped in our trap. What the fuck is that? What is going on?
All right, I think I finally got this.
Okay, let's get into number 2.
Number 2.
Rising Sand. Wow.
I love that game.
I've never played it, but I love what.
It is just it's like a western crossed with a samurai epic and a Japanese game show. It's just, all this bizarre shit is happening. There's like a ton of blood that I'm pretty sure was added for the U.S. release, where it's just like you're fighting ninjas in the middle of a town and then just chopping them in half, and then just like the second level was fighting against like this walking detonator for a bomb that kept going magic, magic, magic.
I saw one of your screens. It was like, it's all button time, or what did it say? All button mode?
All button event.
All button event.
Basically, all button events are
good
something
old
big
Abe.
attacks you. Like you get, there's a picture of him holding a big bomb, and a giant bomb gets dropped on him or whatever, and basically you just have to mash all the buttons as rapidly as possible.
Every button.
Every button.
Every button.
Yeah, and then it calls you weak. Like regardless of how many times you hit it, I'm sure.
I think long-time TalkRadar listeners will remember it from 20 as one of the cheesy game songs.
That's true.
Like Dan Amrich, God rest his soul.
Dan.
Rising Dan. And he had a whole story about Rising Zan and the old days of the games industry. And I'd never heard of that game until that day.
Just a fantastic theme song.
It really is good.
So it takes place in Japan?
No, it takes place in the Old West.
Oh, but it looks and behaves just like Japan.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is
scaring me, Chris.
There's this... What? The whole thing is that there's this gunslinger named Johnny who one day while he's riding around on the outskirts of his town, he gets ambushed by a gang of ninjas, and he can't beat them. He tries to shoot, and they keep dodging his bullets, so he figures, I need to find out what makes these ninjas tick. So he goes to his father's friend, who's a samurai sword master from Japan, or Zipang, as the game calls it, who just, happens to be living there in this little backwater shit town in the Old West. And so he and the master go to Japan, or Zipangu, and he spends a couple of years and very rapidly becomes an expert samurai. Then he comes back to his town, only to find out that it's been taken over by Japanese thugs.
Wow. Man. That's very involved.
So, he goes after them with his sword and his gun.
Wow.
Johnny, no more.
No, that's not good.
That sounds similar to The Last Samurai.
Number one.
All right, number one.
Number one.
Number
Picture
one.
someone on top of a mountain with a trumpet. Like,
Number one.
Number one is Oddworld Stranger's Wrath.
This is a cool fucking game.
It really is.
Never finished it.
It's like it's not as silly or as terrible as the other ones, but it is really kind of fucked up in a really fascinating way.
Yeah.
Well, you say awful. I thought Oddworld was generally supposed to be.
No,
good.
I'm saying it's not awful or silly.
Oh, and the ones in the list.
Yeah.
I see.
No, it's a fantastic game. Actually, it was really criminally overlooked. It's like it's a really tight platformer crossed with like a first-person shooter, and you can kind of switch back and forth between them while you play. You're basically hunting down outlaws with like literal live ammo. There are all these little weird critters that each have different effects, and you load them into a crossbow and shoot them. And
it was so different from the other Oddworld games.
it really was.
It
It was just a dramatic departure. I mean, no
Instead of
Abe,
no farting.
Yeah.
No munch.
There's probably some farting, but...
No, what was that? They advertised that soda all over the place in the first Xbox game.
Yeah.
Well,
It was a very weird partnership for them to buy that property exclusively, and I guess it's so niche, and Xbox didn't have the install base to care for many people to care about Oddworld.
Well, they didn't. That was
Fucking shame.
before they
The thing
were
is,
the
like-
Halo machine. They didn't
Yeah.
know. They were just casting a wide net.
That's true. It's like just
Oddworld-
throwing everything at the wall to see what's
What,
stuck.
for Munch's Odyssey?
For
Yeah,
everything. I mean,
Because Stranger's Wrath came out. Halo was definitely a
Well, no, yeah, just an Oddworld, the Oddworld game that launched with the Xbox.
Munch's
in
Odyssey.
2000,
Yeah, this was in the tail end of the Xbox. It was like 04, 05.
Yeah.
Well, that's the sad thing about that game is that the way it was handled, got the Oddworld creator to basically quit games for the last 5 years.
his name Lloyd?
Lorne Lanning.
Lorne Lanning,
Lorne
yeah.
Lanning.
I've heard him on interviews where he's for a while now he's been trying to sell, he wanted to make this game that he thinks should also be a movie. So he's trying to sell the movie to places first, so then he can get the rights to do the game.
From what I heard, he.
But he also wants to
he
own
was
all the
successful.
rights too.
I heard he actually managed to accomplish
Really?
some of it.
I hadn't looked more into it. That's good.
But yeah, it was kind of weird going back and playing Stranger's Wrath. It's like, I've gotten so used to this idea of last-gen games looking like shitty Wii or PS2 games. Like, everything's blocky, all the textures are muddy, everything's gray and ugly, and it's like, wow, I forgot last-gen games used to look this good.
Mm-hmm.
It looks fucking
Well,
amazing.
yeah, a lot of this and Doom 3 are both latter-day Xbox exclusives, right? And
well, it was originally supposed to be for PS2, but that got canceled. I'm not sure if it was because this one failed or what.
Well, yeah, it was like
those
EA didn't support them at all.
Those games still look fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks amazing, and I forgot how much fun it is. Like, there's these free roaming bits in between missions where you're like just wandering around these towns that are populated by these chicken people who just look like rednecks, and they're kind of friendly, but you can just like go up and start punching them for money, and they all like run in.
All right, that was a nice.
They all run inside, and then we're just gonna stay inside till you cool down, stranger. We're gonna come out now. Don't hit none of us, okay?
So wait, the bid is like the character you play as has a bounty on his head.
Well, isn't that the big twist?
Yeah, that is the big twist. That he's a bounty hunter, but
5-year spoiler.
Big spoiler here. It turns out that he's actually this kind of mythical beast called the Steef that was endangered and sort of like a centaur. Like he actually keeps his legs bound up so that they work like two legs.
Huh.
And so it turns out that there's like a huge bounty for him. It's like the biggest bounty. And it's not because of anything he's done, it's just because he's the last of his species. And, in Oddworld, that generally means that everybody's out to dissect you or whatever.
Sell you, turn you into laundry detergent.
Yeah. And so he, all the people he was working for, all the chicken people, start trying to collect on the bounty. And
just casually mention all the chicken people.
Yeah, and so,
where do they all come
totally
from?
Racist. But
I kind of want to play this now. Is this on those 360 download now games?
No.
And
it's
you could probably get it for
not compatible with the 360.
Oh, it's one of those.
You could probably get it for like a nickel anyway right now.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't have anything to play it on.
That's true.
I'll lend you my Xbox.
I have an Xbox, but I don't care.
Then he falls in with these weird little fish-like allegories for Native Americans. As I recall, they talk in these squeaky little voices and continually call people dicks over and over again.
Okay.
Like, those guys are dicks. I hate them.
I see.
But there's this great moment near the end, and you're had this big D-Day style siege on the bad guys' fortress complex, and you're running across these ramparts, and there's this group of the little native guys and they see you, and it's there he is, boys, make him proud. It's that's kind of a cool moment.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of the top 7.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was the top 7.
We have a sketch coming up. I swear to Christ.
We're going to talk about Red Dead, Prince of Persia,
Mario Galaxy,
which
Tons of
is out
stuff.
on Sunday.
Lots of community stuff to make up for. Stay tuned.
'Cause I represent a whole new breed of Christian of today. And I'm authorized and deputized to blow you clean away. I've got a message to deliver from one who's true and just. We'll spit in your eye, you father of lies, Satan. Bite the dust.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is your WWE diva and Playboy cover girl, Ashley. Go to WWE.com. Check out the revealing interviews on GameRaiders.com. Check out GamesRadar.com. GamesRadar.com.
Whoa! It's Konami's hit coin-op game, Sunset Riders, and it's headed into Super NES territory. Get back in the saddle again with Konami Sunset Riders for the Super NES. Directly converted from the rugged, rough coin-op version, Sunset Riders brings the Wild West home with outstanding graphics and sound technology for realistic scenes and incredible pistol-packing action that'll make gamers feel like they're at the arcade. The reward of riches will have you riding high toward the final showdown as you fend off friend and foe with Boku bravery. Konami's new Sunset Riders for the Super NES.
I once shot a man just to watch him die. Then I got distracted and missed it. Well, my friends tried to describe it to me, but it just isn't the same. Oh, well, you've got your own problems. Ignore me.
Hey, does anybody want to listen to the rest of this motherfucking podcast? Yeah!
Johnny had a dream of being the biggest hero round. There wouldn't be an enemy that he could not put down with a gun. Then one day Johnny met his match and turned his world around. He changed his name and learned the Shogun way of land of the rising sun, rising day. Samurai gunmen, rising day.
Yeehaw Partners, Western podcast. Perfect, Brett Elston. TalkRadar 102, segment 2. This is usually where we do new releases, but I didn't think it was important this week.
No, there's nothing good this week.
Nothing comes out this week, right?
No.
Let's talk about Pokemon instead.
Pokemon.
Okay.
Don't you have an outlet for that?
Maybe.
You'll find out on Monday one way or the other.
Okay. That's not cryptic.
New releases, everybody.
Oh.
New releases.
Let me open up my Metacritic.
Attack of the Movies 3D. I think, yes,
wow.
for the Xbox 360. Trauma Team on the Wii.
Oh, Trauma Team.
Which I haven't played since...
Trauma Center.
No, not Trauma Center.
I played
the Wii launch game?
The Wii one.
Yeah, I did play the Wii launch game. What was that?
It was good.
called?
Second Opinion.
No, Second
The
Opinion.
second opinion doesn't sound good.
Giant Blood. Blood.
Nobody cares.
Trauma Team. Grey's Anatomy. Metal Slug. XX for
What the-
XBLA. Yeah.
Stop Metal Slug. Stop it.
Hey, got no problem with the Metal Slug.
SNK needs that money. They'll release Metal Slug. as many
Nobody
times
needs
as they need.
that much.
Double X, just the PSP version of 6.
I don't know.
Exactly. You know, but it doesn't even matter.
Every Metal Slug game is the same.
Yeah, the
all
canon gets really
fit-
confusing to me.
They all fit in my phone at this point.
I'm rescuing hermits from POW camp. Also out this week, Split Second, which I have a feature up right now. Famous Film Rex and recreated Split Second, which none of you seem to care about, you dickheads. But
sorry, everybody.
Yeah, it'll be on the TalkRadar 1-2 page. Look at it. I got a bunch of Blu-ray shots of fucking Vanishing Point, Terminator 2.
It's averaging an 84 at the moment.
Transformers. That's pretty good.
Yep. It's got a,
Well, you liked it a lot.
I did like it a lot.
Yeah.
I liked it much.
Tell me why. Because I'm semi-interested in that area.
Just because I play a lot of racing games, and there's just a really basic need I want from a racing game.
You have a need for speed?
Trying to avoid saying that, but EA seems to think that's licensing new Nissans.
And music.
And music, and other companies think that means adhering to a tight line, and it doesn't. The kart racer is dead. There's no more Twisted Metal games.
For now.
But there's nothing like arcadey and streamlined and just fun for everybody.
Because even Burnout Paradise, which I loved, Burnout Paradise was kind of the epitome of that thing that I hate when they take a simple premise and just keep expanding it to the point where now it's an open world. Stop
it.
that.
It did fall into that category, and this is not an open world. It's super fucking fun. For me, I had a great fucking time with it. I gave it a 9.
Well, that's just because you love Disney. That's right.
Yeah, somebody pointed that out. Like, I love Disney. But even if you don't, like, am I completely wrong in that? Like, looking at Disney's output, the new Toy Story game is pretty dope. Well, I mean, at least it has a decent premise. Like, it's not basing it off the plot of the film.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
One the last thing they Pure. That was a good.
Yeah, Pure was fantastic. Didn't even know it was fucking Disney. Pure was fantastic. Pirates of the Caribbean, the interview just heard last week, it's like this nasty open world RPG now. And with the teen rating, like, who the fuck knew? Disney teen, that's like the equivalent of like a light R in the movie theaters. Man. Anyway, Split Second, it gets my recommendation, but it's very hard to recommend it over everything else that came out this week.
Right.
Everything Elston?
Everything Elston?
I don't know. We feel like that should be a segment we give to you when you talk about all the DS games that came out this week, press releases in your inbox.
Oh wow, those are awful.
Can we talk about the book game yet?
The book game.
It was embargoed. It's like it's 100 books. Do not give away.
Oh yeah.
The endings to the books on the game, which are public domain books, like
Yeah,
don't give away
there's
the
a-
ending to Great Expectations.
We had a-
That shit is embargoed by Nintendo.
There's a Nintendo game coming out that's like 100 classic books or whatever, and then they always have these stipulations because Nintendo's very controlling with that kind of stuff. And it's normally like Mario Galaxy. Don't reveal the final boss. Don't reveal the last few levels. Don't spoil that kind of stuff. The game isn't out. Don't tell anybody. We're controlling that information. It's their right. It's their game. Whatever.
I don't want to spoil things for anybody at all. So,
but then this 100 classic books, and one of the things is do not reveal the story.
Tell anything about Iago from Othello.
Yeah, it's like do not spoil the endings.
I mean,
of
the
the
100
books.
classic books.
It's like the
buy
reason
the rights for 100 books.
Yeah.
They got public domain old shit.
Of course, they got public domain books, and it's like I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna intentionally just post a story. Here's the ending to 100 random books.
I wanted to. You told me I couldn't.
No, I never said that. I said we
have
totally
to be
could.
the same 100 books. What a coincidence!
It's like
Frankenstein's monster got away.
Oh, these were, and at the end, these books were fantastic. If there was only a singular way I could combine them all.
If only
together.
I could tap them with a stylus on a device that lasts 6 hours on a battery.
$29.95, and maybe you know what would make these books better? An ESRB rating. That would be fantastic.
Yes, I love that now the ESRB gets to rate classic literature.
Yes. At the time I got really mad about Assassin's Creed, where they gave it the ESRB scoring has something to do with the history of a person who actually existed.
Oh yeah.
Mention of rape and violence. Idiots. You fucking idiots.
So my history class is rated M, basically. She was raped.
Yes.
M!
Yes. They mentioned the slaughter of a lot of people in the 1940s.
Now talk more about
kind
this
of want to
game then.
protect kids from knowing about that.
Yeah. And
They don't need to know the history of the planet.
Ooh, is the news talking about those buildings that fell? At like over 1,000 people died there. We can't. That body count is way too high. Sorry, Glenn Beck. M for mature.
I want to say real quick.
Go for it, Hank.
Brett tweeted something about Glenn Beck being an idiot because he fucking is, and he wrote like, "Man, Beck is stupid." And I was like, "Hey, why are you being so mean to alternative artist Beck?"
Because he's a Scientologist. Because he's a Scientologist.
He's the nicest Scientologist there is.
We'll see. But yeah, I was talking about Glenn Beck. Back in Black. Lewis Black did a great thing on it. But also this week that came out, Prince of Persia: The Forgotten.
Charlie was supposed to be here to talk about Alan Wake. I'm embarrassed that we haven't talked about Alan Wake more.
Yeah, we really haven't.
Because we had the review up for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You can find a link on the TalkRadar 102 page.
Well, the review had the problem coming out of the same week as episode 100. So
it did.
Talk about it then.
Oh yes, it's averaging an 82. I believe Charlie gave it an 8.
Yeah, I know Charlie said he liked it. I think one of his issues, like a lot of the compelling aspects of the game,
are not the gameplay.
Are not the gameplay. It's linear aspects of the storytelling which won't be enjoyable or fun the second time.
The enemies get really repetitive, and that like it has product placement out the ass in it too.
Yeah, there's like you're always using Energizer batteries, which is fine, but then there's like a lot of Verizon billboards everywhere in this sleepy little town.
Yeah, the sleepy little town with Verizon billboards everywhere.
But I know his big thing that since I sit next to him and I was asking, how do you think? What do you think so far? And he was like, yeah, it is very atmospheric and psychological scares and things like that. But I mean the problem just comes from the game falls into this very predictable structure where you're really cool story elements and talking with people, and that's fun. And then the moment you see woods, you're like, oh, I know now I'm going to be running through the woods shooting the same enemy in a boring thing that was maybe creepy the first times, but then it's like I'm either fighting these dudes with pickaxes or I'm fighting a bulldozer or a trash can that's possessed by a poltergeist or telekinetic whatever, and it's just running through the woods and the repeating environments does not hold up to what the game is trying to do thematically and with storytelling.
Well, it makes me
the
sad.
clerk at GameStop assured me it was very, very scary.
Very scary.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
In a tone that suggested he knew.
What made me sad was that, or a little disappointed, was that, Remedy spent literally 6 years at least on this game.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a game
and
that
then
took
it comes
6
out,
years.
Yeah, it comes out and it doesn't look like it took 6 years of work. And to get an 8 after 6 years and constant delays, is not it got announced as it was the first 360 game announced, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Well, I remember back when we first started Games Radar 5 years ago, it was one of the first things we wrote about.
Yeah, Alan Wake.
Yeah. I bought a copy, but I haven't
bought
had
it.
Last time I
Copy
played
too.
it was E3 last year, and I mean, while watching Charlie play, I watched him play the part that I played a year ago, and it looked identical. It was shine the flashlight on the guys to make them stumble and then shoot them.
Well, I'll say I looked at the instruction manual, and the instruction manual is very bare bones and pretty
Most
just
of them are.
Here's the 4 flashlights you're going to get in the game.
I mean, you're lucky if you get that from most instruction manuals.
Yeah.
All I find is a seizure warning.
And actually, it was all in color too. So
Well, that's always good. That sounds like a pretty rad instruction.
You know,
book.
there's another game that comes out this week that has a really awesome instruction
wait
manual.
for it, Hank. You hold
I'm
off.
just previewing it.
Also out this week, it's not in order of importance, Red Dead Redemption, which is one of the games that I'm most looking forward to this week.
Yeah. I started it last night.
Yeah,
you?
I'd like to.
It's averaging a 95, which I believe may make it the highest averaging game of this year so far.
Yeehaw.
Might be wrong. Mass Effect 2 was very high as well.
I'm in kind of a weird place with it in that I've been looking forward to it for since it was announced. I'm really excited to play it, but I haven't had any time to play more than a little bit.
Yeah.
And then when I realize that, I'm reluctant to play it because it's I've already played the first 6 hours and I have to play through those again before I see anything new.
So, something about that in the question of the week will come up. The question of the week answers.
I was going to say, I got a good question of the week.
Okay.
Yeah, I turned it on last night and played it for about 45 minutes. So basically, in typical Rockstar fashion, all I did was listen to a guy talk to me while I rode on a horse, while he explains the story and setting to me.
You're gonna want to pull back on the reins.
And just while these people yell, you're riding on
in the beaver pelt.
Yeah, you're riding. You start by riding on a horse with a guy to a location, and just like the beginning of GTA, riding with Nick. My gosh! And only this time it's the guy well, I tell you, it sure is strange with all these cars and electricity running up around here. And it's it fucking made me think of, wow, all of these open world Rockstar games always have these people who just literally explain the setup instead of letting it be told through, I call them rocktards.
Can you think of any
Those are my
others
favorite Transformer
besides
ripoffs.
Roman Bellic?
What is it?
Can you think of any others besides Roman Bellic?
No.
It's just a way of I think it's a clever way of going through exposition while you're actually playing through something.
I think it's lazy. I'd rather those things. I can be shown that instead of told. I don't need a guy to tell me things sure are weird here in the West now. They're bringing civilization to the savages, and now we're going to have to. So yes, I know the Western time period.
It's called exposition.
Exposition,
but it's an unusual time period for a Western to be placed in because it's early 1900s.
Yeah.
It's not.
Right.
19th
That's
century.
pretty rare, I gotta say.
Yeah, and there's this whole undercurrent throughout the game of the federal government is gradually encroaching and the world's becoming a little bit smaller, and these old ranchers who've been out there for 50 years making it on their own are all pissed off. What has the federal government ever done for me?
Build these roads for these horseless carriages?
I never needed roads before.
That's what makes me sad about
my taxes ain't going to no school marks.
Westerns in general make me sad usually because at least half the time they're about the death of the West. They're not about having fun in the West.
That's
Unforgiven.
That's because the West was
they're all based on Unforgiven for the most part.
Yeah.
Well, since then, but even before that, one of my favorite old Westerns is The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. And that's really about what a fucking lie the entire West is, and that it's all bullshit.
But who directed that movie?
John Ford.
John Ford?
Exactly.
Never mind.
What?
I thought it was
Man who's
somebody else.
synonymous with awesome westerns.
Yeah. I was
partial to outlaw.
I was thinking of Josie Wales. No.
Josie Wales is one of my favorites.
That's a good
Just by title.
Yeah.
And The Proposition, which this borrows heavily
Not bad.
from, is also a fantastic movie. Directed by Nick Cave.
Nick Cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad
Has
at all.
least
Cheapest,
one really brutal rape scene toward the end.
Cheap as balls on Blu-ray, by the way.
Nick
Really?
Cave?
300, yeah.
Nick Cave, the star of Super Mario Brothers, the movie?
What?
Is he in that?
What?
No.
No?
That.
You're thinking of Mojo Nixon.
Yeah, I'm thinking
you
of
are.
Mojo Nixon.
Who are you people talking about?
Nick Cave? Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds?
Yep.
Mojo Nixon?
All right.
Mojo Nixon was in the Super Mario Brothers movie. He was Toad.
Brett, let me bring David Weiss.
Okay.
David Weiss.
Right,
There
gotcha.
you go.
All right. Okay.
Quiet. Listen,
Okay.
there. I'll bring you back.
Okay.
There we go.
That's not
A
David
little
Wise.
A little bit of game music.
He didn't do.
Okay.
Oh, I feel better now.
Do we have Brett back?
Okay.
Palate cleanser.
Good.
Tim, now we can move on with Red Dead.
I am very much. I am very much looking forward to playing the rest of it, though. I really enjoyed Red Dead Revolver, and I love westerns, and I love.
I forgot about that. You do love westerns.
I do. It's a strange affection that I didn't discover till like college when I realized, wait a second, I like all these things. They're all fucking western. It didn't even occur to me, and then now that I actually know it, first thing I did was I climbed up on the roof of the general store and watched the sun rise. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's one thing that the world in Red Dead Redemption is just really beautifully realized.
Yeah.
It gets me homesick in a way. Like, even though I'm not from the West, I'm from the Midwest,
But
there's
being
still
able to
large
see
chunks of undeveloped land that look like that.
Being able to see the curvature of the Earth and every star in it, is, I don't know, beautiful.
I also,
Also, you watch the horse's ass, and you can just see the muscles move beneath the skin. It's cool.
what is... I looked at... Jesus. I looked at the map that comes with the game. Is it in a fictionalized America, Mexico?
Yes.
Or okay.
Like all of Rockstar games,
Canada.
Right.
Mexar
Canada.
Like, this could actually... even though it's by Rockstar San Diego, it could actually work as like a GTA 0 because it takes all the same mentality that drives the GTA series. There's the not-so-veiled social commentary. There's the... fictionalized states and territories where something else is supposed to be.
Could it be...
I bet they're kicking themselves right now hearing that. We could have called it GTA 0! What?
Well, I think they've done a really good job marketing, and I think there's a huge amount of anticipation.
Yeah, I know.
Red Dead Revolver didn't sell as good, but, it didn't have... fucking ads plastered over every fucking bus in San Francisco.
Yeah, well, plus from the makers of Grand Theft Auto, it meant a lot when Revolver came out, but not as much as it means now. Like, it's had San Andreas since then, it's had 4 since then.
It was originally marketed as a Capcom game.
It was.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And the Western has had a notoriously poor track record.
Yeah.
At least little medium.
Gun was good, but nobody...
I thought Gun was utterly fantastic. I loved everything about Gun. It's $4 everywhere. Pick it up, play it. You'll finish it in 8 hours. It's fantastic.
If you account for continental drift between the 1900s and early 2000s, that is San Andreas.
I lost the beginning, the setup before
I think
we got
it would
the
be.
punchline.
I'd like it if when you were playing the game, somebody would say like, "I've got to head up to San Fierro to deliver this."
The news that was coming out as of today was that the game may have cost $100 million.
Oh, well, good.
Boom.
100. I mean, there was rumors that it was $60 million. Now it's $100 million. And we're starting to get a little handle on how internet news works. One person says it with rumor, and you're free to repost it anywhere you want as rumor.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, it's believable to an extent. They were the source of Rockstar spouses and saying that their shit was being mismanaged, and the game apparently was delayed a few times.
Yes.
So I can see it getting costly, but then again, that's just what Rockstar makes now, are $100 million games.
And they've certainly been pushing it like they sank a lot of money into
it.
Which is bizarre.
It's clear dealing from Rockstar that they think this is GTA 5, basically, even though it's not. It doesn't have the same cash out of that name.
Right.
Only in talking to them, do people care about Western games? Like, it's such a tough sell.
Well, if anybody can make people care, I think Rockstar can. Like, they're very good at advertising on top of making games.
Well, just the fact that when I got online, my friends list, it was like 6 people in a row all playing it, when it's like, I'm the only one I knew from back home that played Red Dead Revolver at all.
I'm so glad, because I've hated to see all these good Western games fall through the shitter for no fucking reason.
Well, when you have shit like Damnation and,
Fuck that game.
But even like the worst.
What about
Western
like Call
game I
of
have an affection
Juarez
for.
and stuff
I
like
love
that?
I love the original Call of Juarez.
Yeah, both
And
Call of
I
War-
like the sequel, even though you don't.
I do like the
Do
sequel.
you?
I just have more. I
You
don't know.
like
Some
Codgebib?
Codgebib. Codgebib.
Well, they were like modest hits, but they weren't like.
They were not
they
modest
blockbusters.
hits. Like I think they were largely ignored, and the fact they were put up by Ubisoft, people have heard of them. Otherwise, nobody would have.
Well,
Because they're very
What
competent
else?
westerns.
What else came
oh
out?
wait,
What-
before we leave Red Dead, I want can we talk about
the other
Golden
news
Guns?
about.
Yeah. Well, so speaking of like their aggressive push, like they had a bunch. Red Dead Redemption had a lot of like exclusive stuff, and if
Through
you pre-
GameStop pre-orders, right?
and Amazon.
And Amazon.
And that's where I bought it off of. I bought it off Amazon, pre-ordered,
Oh.
but I pre-ordered it because you get a I will get a $25 gift certificate for future Amazon purchase, which is super cool. I got one
Ridiculously
of that.
cool.
But then what I thought was just like a side deal was that you get a DLC code for Golden Guns, which apparently have like they're a little better than the regular guns you start with, and you gain fame faster or something. Like they're not just gold. They have.
And I think the GameStop pre-order also has some sort of regenerative power in the multiplayer.
But I thought those were bullshit until this morning on Wednesday when one of the Tylers brought up that people were selling their Golden Gun DLC codes on eBay for upwards of $35, and like
For a code for fake guns.
Yeah, a code for fake guns, you'd spend half the price of the game.
So,
and if you liked it that much, why didn't you pre-order it on Amazon if you were that excited about it?
well, I think that pre-order on Amazon isn't like as ingrained in everybody yet. Like,
And especially the $20 been like, well, I got what I wanted out of it. I got a $60 game for $40, and I have the shit I don't need.
Yeah. Well, so I'm selling mine right now.
What's it going for?
As of Wednesday at 7 Eastern or Pacific time, it has no bids yet. The starting bid is $10. I hope to at least break the $10 one. I don't think
if you
I'll
see
get
that,
$30.
everybody look out for that. We'll put a link to that on the TalkRadar
No.
102 page.
Yeah,
Henry Gilbert, he touched it, technically. And
he received the email.
Do you have is it an email or is it like a card you got?
Well, this makes it sound even more crooked, my deal, which is there's a packed-in code in the box.
Right.
But then, Amazon also sent me an email with another code because apparently they didn't know the code was in the box. So I actually have two codes. So
I wonder if everyone from Amazon got two codes.
Well,
then.
I will sweeten the deal. If you want to sell the carded code on eBay, we will all sign it.
Ooh. Oh man. Too bad the auction will be over by the time this podcast posts.
maybe.
Is it? Did you put it that quick?
Well, I could sell the second one.
It'd be nice if Rockstar gets you banned from eBay.
Yeah, you know what, yeah.
Just for doing this.
Well, yeah, I'm one of the hundreds of people selling
And I call it
so-
stupid. But then every once in a while, even I jump in Gears of War Horde mode. There's one guy in there with a golden gun. I say, I want that.
Well, yeah, but
I want
that
that.
presupposes that people are going to play Red Dead online the way that they play Gears online. And
True.
I don't.
True.
I
True,
wonder if that will happen. I'm just selling them right now before people come to their senses that they should not spend $30 on that.
Next new release of the week. This is in order because I'm trying to segue to something later on. Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands.
Oh yeah,
Forgot it.
I can't remember these sands.
You could not have a more appropriate title for that game releasing this week.
Why did they do it?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't you just go up
Why
against
did I
Alpha
do
Protocol?
the review and a guide? Nobody's looking at them.
Well, the movie comes out next week. That's why they're doing it now.
I know, but they could have released it next week. It's the 28th.
It's really strange.
They really could have. They could have.
That they timed it the week when you have a Rockstar open world game,
This
an
is a
Xbox
huge
360 exclusive, a racing.
This week meets every single major audience.
And it's not just
period.
the audience, there's a lot of overlap of that same
Yeah.
audience. And it's like, why would you not just literally sit on this game another 2 weeks, another week, save it for the DVD fucking release? Like, do you need to have this come out now? There.
But is it good?
It's what scoring like.
Is
eights
it
and
worthy?
It's in this. It's averaging a 75, and I know Michael, you reviewed
I gave it an 8.
Does that depress you that it's a bad week for it?
Does that depress me?
Does it depress you?
No.
Well, he doesn't.
It'll take. It's going to take a hit.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to take a hit. If I'm depressed, it's in that this is the series kind of trying to make a comeback, and it's doing it with a game that's very kind of light, and it's facing off against a bunch of heavyweights.
Yeah.
So it's a really fun game, but I don't think many people are going to want to drop $60 on it when the alternatives are Red Dead Redemption and Alan Wake and Split Second and everything
Something
else.
about it, there's a perceived lesser value to this game for me.
Yeah.
So when I see $60, I'm like, no way.
But you see movie tie-in, and I mean, someone like me, I'm like, oh, this is a remake. Obviously, it's not so much of a remake.
I don't even see movie tie-in
because it's not a movie tie-in. But that's the thing. It's like, before I played it, I had that same perception, and even now talking about it, I kind of have that same perception. And it's like, because I think of the game as a concept, it's like that concept is not worth $60. But the game itself is really fun to play, and I've played it twice now, and I enjoyed it immensely. But it's just there is something weirdly cheap about it because it's an interquel to a. a series that was closed.
A completed trilogy.
Another word invented by Hollywood.
And it's kind of like, we're taking the prince's appearance when he looked sort of like he did in the movie that's coming out, and we're releasing it within a week of the movie, and no, we're not. It has nothing to do with the movie.
But it's not the same prince?
Huh?
No,
it's not the same prince.
It is the same prince.
Yeah. It is the same prince.
As the Sands of Time. It's actually a direct sequel to
not Jake Gyllenhaal.
Sands of Time, right. Well, the thing is, it could work as a sequel to the movie, although I think, the girl's name is something different. He directly mentions Farah once in Forgotten Sands.
Also,
because the movie is just telling the same story as Sands of Time, so it's a sequel to Sands of Time, and it could also work as a sequel to the movie Sands of Time.
Yeah,
that's so fucking weird.
It kind of bothers me in the previews I've seen for the movie is that they give him a specific name because they have to. They can't just call him the prince in it. But
they've called him the prince in 4 different games.
Yeah,
and nobody's batted an eyelash.
Yeah, but in a movie they feel like they have to.
What's his name in the movie?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
why wouldn't they just leave it?
Harvey Keitel's character didn't have a name in Bad Lieutenant. He was just Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah.
If the name Prince conjures an image of your character till the end of time, why not leave it the fuck alone?
Yeah.
Maybe because somebody else has the name Prince.
Because Hollywood.
Oh, that's right. I can think of 2 people.
But, another thing that sort of puzzles me is I notice a bunch of commenters are harping on the graphics in the game. Maybe it's just that I took shitty screenshots and they're showing up ugly on our 418. But, I don't know. You guys have seen me play it a little bit. Did it strike any of you as particularly ugly?
No.
It looks okay to me.
It doesn't look ugly.
Not
but
as compelling as the Prince of Persia
2008.
triple
that's
reboot.
That's true. I mean, that's the thing. It's it's pretty enough, I guess, the new one. But there's nothing particularly remarkable about it.
That's the thing is it looks
too normal.
It looks too normal. Yeah, there was something about the 2008 one that felt very high fantasy and very an epic scope of this adventure that I definitely understand why people who loved Sands of Time trilogy were kind of poo-pooing it.
Yeah.
But I loved that one. I thought it was great.
Yeah. I'm also
and then this one just seems like a step back for me.
I'm also kind of surprised in that I picked on 2 things that I thought were very safe to pick on, which is the combat in Prince of Persia, number 1, which I have heard nothing but complaints about until I published this review, and suddenly everyone loves the combat. And Warrior Within, I got people coming and saying, "Why are you so down on Warrior Within?"
Who the fuck's defending Warrior Within?
Look, I know it's bizarre, but the question of the week from last week I looked over, that was some people's first and second game.
It's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is. They grew up with that
they
shit.
would have been young. That was an M-rated game. Their parents were bad for buying them.
No, they're not.
Well, the other thing is, it's okay, you want to know why people were down on Warrior Within, because if it were on its own, it probably would have received a much warmer reception, but it followed up this game that was completely different in tone.
Yeah.
And they completely changed the character. They made it much more violent.
It looked like the marketing guys or people up top who had no sense of anything got a hold of it, oh man, these M-rated games are where it's at.
It was just so fake. Yeah. It was like they were handed. It came out a year afterwards, and so obviously they didn't make the sequel entirely in a year, I'm sure, but they were probably working on something that looked like Sands of Time, and then they saw, Sands of Time sold okay, but we've seen that if it has Godsmack and blood and tits,
the main character who wears mascara and is angry all the time.
Yeah, kids like anger. They're all frustrated and full of hormones. And
They
what the hell
were. Have you been to a Limp Bizkit concert lately? The kids, they're just off the walls. I can't believe it.
These 30-year-old
kids. There's a song that
Have you
by
been
these
to
Limp
a
Bizkit
Woodstock
guys.
'94? They like the violence.
They call. There's a song called "Break Stuff."
I was gonna make the same joke.
Where do you get a song like that? I don't understand. But I mean, this is clearly a need we need to fill. It's not a niche.
He said, she said.
Yeah, she said bullshit. They curse.
He said,
he
she
rhymes
said.
shit with shit. I couldn't believe it.
Seashells by the bullshit.
Prince of My problem was I wanted to see a sequel to Nolan North's. No one will ever. It will never be called Nolan North's Prince of Persia. I wanted the new POP. I wanted to see that.
That may happen.
I know, but
this
Ubisoft's
is their
being
movie
wishy-washy about
Well,
it.
that's what really sad.
And because if they know if they did say that, I would say, well, then this is just a licensed movie cash-in. Which
To
because
some degree it is, but it's a very, very, very good licensed movie cash-in.
Yeah. I guess that's
by
what
the
matters.
standards of licensed movie cash-ins, it is excellent.
Well,
But
yeah,
I mean, so if somebody likes Sands of Time,
Mhm.
is it worth $60? If like Sands of Time is one of your like really.
Here's the thing. Like,
I was hoping there was a thing.
It's objectively a very good game if money is not involved. But if I were seriously considering, like,
usually is,
should this be $60? Like I would wait till it's $40, honestly. Which because it's an Ubisoft game, will probably be next week.
Yeah,
Ubisoft cuts their they slash their prices faster.
I
than
bet the
anybody.
week after the movie comes out, it'll be $40.
Well, after the movie,
Or you know what?
gets like $10
it's like
dollars or something.
It's a game that will take 8 to 12 hours to play through. So
maybe
you want to rent it.
rental,
I don't know.
I remember looking at you playing it and like, is he really breaking jars to get red orbs of XP?
Yeah, they steal a bit from God of War, both in that and in the combat.
Ooh, can't wait.
But
I
it's
did
not
something
as-
stupid.
It's different.
I am going to support you though. Also, that the combat was always ass. Like they made the combat okay in the Prince of Persia 2008 just because it was one-on-one and it was more focused. It wasn't great, but it was.
I remember having a lot more fun in Sands of Time. I mean, just with all the acrobatics and what's and nots.
Well, it was cool, but it was never quite. It wasn't very well fine tuned. There was always something awkward to it, and like I kept fucking up, and like the time rewinding power seemed more like a crutch sometimes to fix mistakes like that, rather than like, oh, I fell off a cliff because of something I did wrong. Also, as opposed to I was holding the joystick like 1 degree in the wrong direction and plummeted to my death.
And in Sands also, like, it annoyed me because it was so repetitive because it'd be like, all right, I just finished doing all the jumping puzzles, now to fight 5 guys and kill them and get to the save point. Like, that's how it was every fucking time. And then the final boss fight of Sands of Time is one of, like, the worst atrocities on. But it wasn't that bad, but it was just so boring. Like, it was such a disappointment of a way to end a game after that with... like fighting a vizier in the princess's bedchambers.
Spoilers.
I'm just glad we have Henry in full force right now because he reviewed the only game that I know I put cash down on this week. Let me see if I can give you every Mario sound effect I have. That's it?
That's good.
You got that one.
Galaxy 2. That's Mario, right?
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So we
Mario Galaxy 2. Yes.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to complain that when you start up Super Mario Galaxy at the menu, like they didn't even record him saying a new thing. He just goes, "Super Mario Galaxy, woohoo!" He doesn't even fucking say two. That could just be a second
You
take.
can just
from
add a T sound.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah. That was very lazy of them, and because of that, I gave it a 0.
Well, that took off
to
1 point, Henry. So
yeah. Okay.
What took off the next point?
No, but seriously,
folks.
Seriously, folks, let's stop joking around. No, I gave Mario Galaxy 2 a 10, and because it really, really deserved it. And
probably won't be the only one.
And Edge already gave it a 10, as we've reported.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, so
Edge hates everything.
Well, I feel like it deserved a 10 because it is. I mean, it's a sequel, and it definitely starts with the groundwork of Mario Galaxy, and it controls the same as Galaxy, and you go around to different worlds and stuff. But they add just so many new things. Like it feels like almost every stage you go to, there's some new idea. They repeat so little, like of the abilities from Galaxy 1. Like I didn't go to every level, so this might not be true, but there was no Ice Mario in the game, barely any Fire Mario,
B Mario,
barely any B Mario too. He's like limited to two levels.
Just like the first one.
Spring Mario.
You have to be Spring Mario once, and that's it. Like in one level. Same with there's only one of those ones where you control him balancing on top of a ball.
Oh yeah.
But they have Light Yoshi, they have just regular Yoshi running around as Fire Yoshi, there's Rock Mario, Cloud Mario,
Gold Yoshi,
the Drill, no, that's Light Yoshi is the
my bad.
one. And yeah, it just has so many ideas, not just in the power-ups, but also just in different levels. Like all of a sudden, Mario will start jumping from like bar to bar like a gymnast, and they just introduce it for one level and it's just gone, because they just have so many. They have so many awesome ideas. And
we were talking about that, like something about that game never having a plot. It's very rare that I finish a game like I need more.
Yeah.
Of that specifically.
Well, the way they parse it out is good too, because it's just like you get, and this has been true of Mario games since 64. That it's just you have one singular challenge to get the next star. And it's just like, I have to get this next star, and it keeps it going. It keeps you playing it for a while, or you can just do it in small bites, and that's really cool too. And yeah, plot wise, it's the exact same plot it always has. But I did find it interesting that like they don't even recognize that the first Galaxy happened. This is not a direct sequel to it.
It's Nintendo editor.
It's just a different retelling or a different telling of Mario meeting the Lumas and saving all the stars.
Oh, really?
The power stars and all that, yeah. And there's no Rosalina. It will basically no Rosalina in it.
What's the dark one then?
Huh?
The dark Rosalina.
Oh, that's so the game does have the super guide that everybody loved so much in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, where the game plays itself for you. And she only appeared.
They do.
I only sucked so bad at one level once where she appeared and was like, "You want me to do this for you? I can do it." And I was like, "No, goddamn."
Is there a selection for fuck off cunt?
No, you just ignore her. You don't pretend to see her.
I see.
And then there's also a few times, like that's as much as they hold your hand, though. They also have instead of several places, especially in the beginning, instead of just signs that tell you what your controls are, they show you a video of how to get through the next part and how to use it. But again, that's all optional things that you can they put it in there so the people who bought new Mario Brothers who then buy this,
we bought a balance board.
Yeah, it's just in there, but it's totally optional. But yeah, and it's got more varied worlds in it than in Galaxy 1, and you get to travel around on Starship Mario, and that is such a cool place to be.
Really look like the one that looks like his face, right?
Yeah, and
I my biggest thing that I like about it is kind of the same with the first Galaxy, but again with 2, it's still just such a gorgeous looking, and rich sounding game. It's like it doesn't feel like any other Wii title.
I think I may go buy a component cable. I've already got their game pre-ordered.
It shames every other Wii game.
Yeah,
with how good it looks
and gorgeous, and it that orchestrated sound, the soundtrack is just.
We'll have more of that next week.
It's just such effort, clear effort put into that, and it's like. Then I play New Mario Wii, which I reviewed, and was not that taken with. It's like I can understand how you would like it, but I don't.
If you haven't played the DS version,
yeah.
But this is clearly for people who have played the first one.
Like this is the real deal, and if you like Mario or have ever liked Mario, this is the game to play.
No, and it also, like you said about the first Galaxy, like if you take some levels from Galaxy 2, and people could think it's like a 360 or a PS3 game.
Yeah,
not the best looking PS3 game, but definitely one of the better looking.
There were parts of like the first one where I was like, I could take a screen grab of this and tell someone, hey, Nintendo's making an HD system, and you could not fucking tell unless you counted the pixels. You couldn't tell.
Yeah, or look very closely at the textures, like that texture doesn't look like it's that.
I don't know. There's some parts in Galaxy 1 where I'm like, I'd believe this in a second that this was a 360 or a PS3 game. Absolutely.
Yeah, same Galaxy 2. Like there was one part where I got the Grand Star, and like you could see your reflection in it, but like a shifting reflection. I was like, wow, how the fuck did you pull this off, Nintendo, on this thing that makes Wii?
We tried. We tried to make a game that didn't star your avatars.
But that's the only one we will try.
And every time I see a game like that from Nintendo, I know it's not fair to compare third parties to what Nintendo can do with their own hardware.
Bullshit.
But it does illustrate, if they can do that twice with technology that they built the game with in 2007, you can do at least three-quarters.
I'm officially mad. When did they announce that game? Was it last E3?
No, last E3, yeah.
So, I mean, we can speculate when it started development. Well, I'm guessing not long before that E3.
Probably. Well, I mean, Mario Galaxy 1 in 2007 still looks better than 99% of Wii games.
Yeah.
And it's like, you guys literally don't try. And even the ones that do, like I thought Dead Space Extraction looked fantastic, didn't sell.
Yeah. Well, and on top of that, with the Mario games too, unlike almost every other good Wii game where it feels like this is a good Wii game, and then there's some dumb waggle shit, but just ignore that. But this one, you're like, they make the most use out of the controller. It really works, like everything. Like if it would be a worse game if it didn't have waggle too. And so
I'll have to play it to decide.
I've always liked it because it was more like your double jump is a waggle.
No, I like that, and also I like collecting star bits, pointing it at the screen. That's the fun. Yeah. That's a fun distraction as you're already
when you're being shot out of a cannon, like across the level. Like
because that's nice too. Because you're in those moments, you're essentially watching a video of Mario go to the next place. So it gives you something to do as the next area loads.
Yeah, it is almost the perfect QuickTime event.
Yeah. No, and it's also very short. It also, speaking of load, like they hide the load times so good. Like I wasn't even thinking about like this game is loading or anything. It just felt like I was going to the next place, and it's just so good. And I was worried about giving it a 10, and I was telling you guys I was between a 9 and a 10, and because I was worried I'd be labeled as a Mario fanboy, which obviously I'm not. I don't know if you guys. My desk.
You don't have Mario on your T-shirt right now.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to wear a Mario shirt every day this week.
Hey! Remember T-shirt contest.
Which is unlike
it's not much of a try.
Yeah.
Split reason T-shirt contest. Just saying.
I was going to say that's not like every other week where I don't wear a Mario shirt.
Was that it for new releases?
That is it for new releases for the most part.
Tip of the iceberg. I would like to tell you, I told my friend, Creative Assassin. He just messaged me and said, "Split Second is fucking cool," and I said. Chris has an article, and he's crying that no one is looking at it. And then he said, "I've looked and commented on this article."
Oh, K.A.
So there you go.
J.H., whatever you want me to call you. Thank you. An intro. Oh yeah. It is TalkRadar sketch time. This is called the temple level sketch?
Yes.
This is a conversation between an architect and his king at the site of an elaborate temple construction. Everything is going splendidly. Beautiful job, everyone.
Hey, Exalted Leader?
Yes, here's the man responsible for all you see before you. The impenetrable, soon-to-be legendary Temple of the Buakakash. Stone is nearly complete. Bask upon our shared glory, young architect.
Okay. The spike boulders have been braced. The pressure-sensitive poison blow dart cannons are in place, and I think all the scarabs have been painted. Oh, and the witch doctors finally figured out a way to make the mummy immortal.
Yes! You should take great pride in all you see before you, my son.
Yeah, and I do. But some rather perplexing questions are beginning to pop up between me and my crew that they're really, really hard to ignore.
Of course. Rest your queries at my feet, young subject.
Okay, well, I'm beginning to wonder why even have an entrance to a temple we don't want anybody coming into.
I'm not sure I follow.
Well, my team and I just spent 2 years constructing a hallway we don't want anybody entering in the first place.
Precisely! No man of flesh and bone is fit to wield the colossal power of the sacred stone of Buakakai.
Okay. That's great. Yeah, I know that. But we've employed every artist in the village to design these ornate, elaborate paintings and sculptures of goat guns made of gold.
Beautiful!
Yeah, sure. But it seems to me like we're not only inviting people inside...
But my son, you seem vexed. Fret not. You should be up for vacation very, very soon.
No, that's not it at all, actually. Okay, I love my work, sire. It just seems like all these intricacies and theatrics, all this work, will only offer marauders further incentive, not to mention outright clues in some cases, onto a linear path straight to the sacred stone. Right. Purely from an architectural perspective, it would have been wiser economically to design a pit or even a lockbox instead of a rhinestone-encrusted door with a key.
I disagree. I think this is much better. Visually, it's far more pleasing on the eyes.
Now that we're finally finalizing the construction of the main room, I'm really starting to question the value of everything I'm doing here.
Is this about the footholds and grabbable ledges again?
Well, okay, that was more about design aesthetics before, but yeah, a little. I mean, now, I'm more concerned with the absurd amount of levers and pulleys that we have that don't seem to have any other purpose other than raising and lowering platforms to get somebody directly to the stone. I mean, what are we doing here?
I'm not sure if what I'm hearing here is insolence or heresy. It is not for us, or you, to question the will of the gods, subject.
I'm not questioning the gods, okay? They say that we bear responsibility of protecting the stone. Fine. I'm questioning us. If our goal is to keep the stone from the hands of man, we would have been better off burying it at the beach or casting it into the ocean.
Wait a minute. Is this about the majority shareholder stake I hold in the Arabistan United Lever and Pulley Company? I assure you I keep my political position separate from
Actually, no. Those egregious unethicalities aside, I question the very merit behind building such an ostentatious landmark that no one will or should ever see inside of a hollowed-out volcano. Do you know how many men I've lost trying to rig a system of pulleys and chains under lava? Men with families! We could have been building schools and hospitals instead of providing bandits and thieves with clear-cut signs that point to the very object we're supposed to be protecting!
Calm yourself, young artisan, very passionate. The gods work in mysterious ways. Obviously, they would not have created the sacred stone of the Buakakai if they were not sure that one day, long after you, me, our great-great-grandchildren have come and gone, some entity knowledgeable and worthy enough would come to hold it. Our job is to ensure that only the chosen one gets to...
No! I thought about that too, and we're actually doing nothing to ensure that only the most just and noble individual gets the stone. Instead, we're practically guaranteeing that it'll end up in the hands of the most athletic. Even our primitive society doesn't promote brutish warriors and army thugs to political power anymore.
I am sensing you're unhappy in your work.
And another thing. Every architect's goal is to express himself with something that people will marvel at throughout all time. So should someone get to the stone, thanks in no small part to our own idiotic endeavors, my life's work is rigged to cave in on itself. Why? And where I once thought, this could be for some valuable moral lesson that'll teach future civilizations about the futility of consolidating power, I now find out that it's with tiered explosions, allowing any person agile enough to trigger it in the first place ample time to escape. So because you're an imbecile, no one else gets to see what I've spent my...
I have brought you the rest you so sorely needed. Okay, who wants to help me scatter these clues around the continent? That was the first ever TalkRadar sketch. All right.
That's great.
So how did that come to be?
Just Uncharted, I'm like, these are beautifully designed levels, and I'm like, wait a minute, these are mirror puzzles. I never wanted to do a single one of these, and and since Uncharted was so based in today's reality, the idea of a primitive society building something that elaborate of something they wanted to keep secret forever.
It's like I was telling you after we read through this the first time, when you want to protect something, you come up with a password that only you know. You don't come up with an elaborate puzzle that you think only you can solve.
Control-Alt-Delete.
Only a guy who's good at jumping.
How many eggs are in a baker's dozen? No. Password.
Yeah.
Silliness, I see how it works. Okay, fine. We will go to TalkRadar breaks.
Yay.
We get back, more community segments, some really good fucking game deals this week.
Wait, what happened to him at the end? They didn't understand the sound effect.
He was murdered.
Stabbed.
You hear the sword going into his body.
I cued it too early.
Okay. All right. I got it. He's dead. Luckily, he was done building it.
Nearly.
Yes.
Nearly. There we go.
That explains
right.
the unpolished scarabs.
More TalkRadar, Superfied Western Edition. When we come back, T-shirt contest. Also in the break, you're gonna hear an interview I did with Daniel Newberger of Crystal Dynamics talking about the new Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light. Ooh.
I'm Joel McHale from Blank Blank, and you're listening to TalkRadar.
All right, so who are we talking here with today?
Daniel Newberger, creative director on Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light.
Guardian of Light.
Yeah.
Brand new look and feel to Tomb Raider.
Yeah, definitely. For the digital experience that we were trying to create for this adventure for Lara, we went with an isometric camera, which gives us really cool opportunities in the co-op puzzles and a really fun, fast-paced combat. So, yeah.
Well, how did that decision come about? Of all the things to bring Laura to, it's almost older school than where she started.
Well, really what we wanted to do for this project is create an experience to live in between the major pillar releases of Tomb Raider, and this is a Lara Croft experience, but not a Tomb Raider. There's always going to be room for those major pillar releases and major Tomb Raider games, but we really wanted to do something fun and gameplay oriented for this experience, and something that really would fit into kind of the download title market. And we kicked around a lot of ideas, actually. We had a pretty long process of testing out a lot of different things, and the way that our philosophy on building this game is get it on screen to prove it's fun. And we were really throwing a lot of things at the screen, and this one, even though it seems kind of like a wild idea, we put it on screen and it just fit, and it just felt right, and it was instantly fun within the first week of giving it a test. It was fun.
That was what was weird. It's definitely fun. I definitely like the last couple Tomb Raiders you guys did, but that was sort of faster and more action oriented.
Yeah, definitely. That was one of our really big things that we pushed on this, is we want to create an experience that Tomb Raider fans and action adventure fans will enjoy. But we really wanted to push it and give them an experience that maybe they didn't know that they would enjoy, and something that they wouldn't expect, and something that maybe even people that have never played a Tomb Raider game can pick up and play pretty easily and get into it.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love the twin stick. I always call it Smash TV style. I feel like I should replace that with some newer game that people reading might understand. But was there a basis for the game? An inspiration?
Really, the inspiration came from the team itself. There's no one video game. There's a lot of video games that I can think back to in my head. Really, a lot of the classic co-op adventures. that me and my sister would play when we were kids stick in my head, but it really is like a lot of video games that are in my head that I think of when I think of...
That is true. To call it a shooter isn't really fair because there's a hell of a lot more going on.
Yeah. The combat really is... It's a fun part of the game, and it is a portion of the game, but it isn't the main, like, this is a combat game. We haven't switched that. It really sticks true to the Tomb Raider formula of combat, puzzles, exploration. We've maybe tuned the mix a little bit, and definitely the feel is a little bit different, but it still has all those key pillars.
But the co-op I just played is a complete draw because that was kind of amazing fun with, what is Totek?
Totek, yes.
Totek
is...
What's his origins?
He is the Guardian of Light.
He's
protecting an ancient artifact called the Mirror of Smoke that's fallen into the wrong hands. And so now Lara and Totek have to work together in order to get the mirror back.
And not only can Totek handle all the guns, which there were lots.
There are a lot of guns.
He's got a spear and a shield. The shield can deflect and fend off incoming projectiles. He can throw a spear to kill. It's his default, what do you call that? His
default weapon.
His default weapon.
It has infinite
ammo.
Yeah.
But he can also throw stuff into walls, and Lara can jump on them. She can get the higher heights. And,
so he can also use his shield as a platform. Yeah, that Lara can jump onto. So he's kind of a stationary platform and can actually throw out over chasms these spears and create pathways for Lara to move around on in the world.
And as she has a grapple, weapon, and you told me you're like, all right, now, and you just jumped off a cliff and you hit your grapple, and you can kind of what do you call that? Scale up and down surfaces.
You can rappel up and down walls.
Rappel,
you can do Lara's classic move of the grapple wall runs, and then jump off of that. You can really use it for a lot of different things, and either player can use it and swing around on the rope. And
I did like the way you put that. Most levels have an option to where Lara could either jump across, grapple back. He could Totek take leap of faith, or he could change spears to get across certain things. But you said it was up to the more daring person, because there always is a more daring person in most.
There is. There's usually the person who comes up with the ideas, and the other one who's ready to execute on those ideas.
Yeah, and then even if you got two people who played it the whole time, you also have you have point incentives. You have I guess timing may not be a factor, but
collectibles. There are time objectives. We have a little bit of co-opetition where there's points that the players are earning, and those points can be used to get unlocks in the game. And there's only so many points that can be had in a level, and it really is up to who's the better skilled player who's going to score the more points. So even though you're working together, there's still a little bit of competition.
Yeah, and even those unlockables all around the level that we had to work together on. What was the one we had to do? The giant spikes in the room. Jesus, I'm not describing this well. The giant tower with the spikes around the top rim.
Yeah.
And what did we end up doing? Throwing a bunch of spears in as you pulled the switch?
There's a really tall pillar, and there's spikes at the top of it. There's a pressure plate. If you push the pressure plate down, it makes the spikes go in, but the tower is too tall to jump to. So Totek can actually use his spears and create a ladder of spears up the tower, and then stand on the pressure plate to bring the spikes in, and Lara can jump up the tower and get to the top to collect the reward.
All these weird, nifty things like that. I kind of dig that, and sort of because I know that's a game I can get my girlfriend to play with me.
Yeah.
I can be the more adventurous one.
There's a lot of thought that went into that also with this game. That's the
girlfriends.
The thing that I think of when I think of good co-op games. I think back to when me and my sister as kids would play. You don't have to play with a girlfriend. Two buddies could play it and sit on the couch and have a good time. But I do think of kind of that girlfriend factor of, is this going to be something that she's going to enjoy, and maybe I can focus on doing these things and she can focus on doing these things, and there's a lot of choice for the players, and they can kind of delegate how they want.
And then what would you call them? Challenge tombs with where the difficulty kicks in, but it's optional.
Yeah, so we have all around the different levels, there are hidden challenge tombs, and inside those challenge tombs are combat challenges and puzzles that are much harder than we have for the main gameplay path, where we can really let people that enjoy those things go in, have a chance at it. If you get frustrated, you can just walk away and come back later.
Sweet. Ooh. This is not a Tomb Raider game. This is a Lara Croft game.
This is a Lara Croft adventure.
Can we expect any Tomb Raider announcements on?
I can't speak to any of the Tomb Raider future.
But E3 is coming up.
The one thing I can say is that Crystal Dynamics has been making Tomb Raider, and Tomb Raider's in our blood. It's what we do, so it's
No signs of stopping?
No signs of stopping yet.
All right, good. Yeah, I really dug the last couple Tomb Raiders. Right. All right, man, thanks a lot.
All right, thanks.
TalkRadar, bitches.
All of a sudden, I could feel 100% evil come over me.
I'm going to GamesRadar.com, the official website of the internet.
Can you dig it?
Oh, TalkRadar segment 3.
TalkRadar.
I'm recovering from my. Oh man, that spell of acting almost brought me to my knees. Acting. I'm a master thespian. Yeah. Ooh, split reaction. Hank's got they've got your recommendation.
You mean Split Reason?
Split Reason.
Yeah, that's what he said. Listen to it again.
Split Reason. Split Reason.
Listen to it 7 or 8 times.
There's a lot of words in this paper. I can't be putting them in order.
Oh, what about Split Reason? Yeah, they make a lot of good shirts.
The Mighty Kong shirt, which is fucking awesome.
It's by one of my favorite artists of all their shirts, or a lot of their shirts, Glenn Brogan, who he's done some that I saw they were just designs that didn't get approved. And I was like, why did you approve these designs? They're so awesome.
This one's great. It's Kong on the Empire State Building being attacked by any aerial NES or a Nintendo.
I thought it was almost like a Smash Brothers reference at first, just because it was such a crossover. But yeah,
that's great.
It's super cool.
This one is up for grabs. How, you ask?
I don't. Yeah, how?
This is a game T-shirt.
Yep.
Right.
I had game T-shirts before I was working in the games journalology industry.
True.
But they were all terrible. And they were all hand-me-downs from people who got them at GameStop. I want you to show us your worst game shirt. And I made I made a Bubsy shirt. So show us the ones.
Printed it through.
You don't have to print it. You can draw. You can draw it tonight.
Oh, okay.
You can design it. The worst game shirt you can show us. We will make sure this incredible shirt goes to the right place from SplitReason.com.
I still have an R4 shirt that's I think a decade old now.
Ridge Racer?
Yeah, Ridge Racer 4, just simply R4 that has the flag girl on it and all that.
I was going to say the Billy Hatcher shirt I inherited from Eric. Because it's Billy Hatcher, and 2, it's a large, but it's pretty much a bedspread. So if you look at my Facebook profile right now, I was dressed as a captain with a sailor kerchief, which I cut the back bottom off of this large shirt and created something I could fold in half and wear around my neck like a cape. That is the Billy Hatcher shirt. It is one and done. Split Reason, I can't thank them enough. They have a bunch of cool shirts, at least through the rest of the month. For the next 4 weeks, we'll have Split Reason shirts to give away. Look at TalkRadar 1 and 2 pages, see what it looks like. It's good shit. Oh, do we want to do game deals?
Let's.
While we're saving money?
Let's.
Yes.
Take my advice.
Oh, post that in the forums. Hopefully they won't be as orange.
Yeah, the orange in the forums is being addressed.
The orange in the forums.
It'll be fixed.
That could have been a great song. You just needed more time, Henry.
Words, yeah.
I am seeing with my fifth eye game deals this week. Fry's is selling Battlefield Bad Company 2 for $35 on 360 and PS3.
That's good.
I am also seeing Best Buy selling Yakuza 3 for $39.99.
I wish I'd waited.
You do? That's a good price, is it not?
Yeah.
Is it ain't?
It is.
Well, you played full price for it.
I did. Every time.
All right, here you go, you electronic
more like
douchebag.
Yakuza.
More like.
More
like Prince of Persia.
Microsoft.com is selling DJ Hero with the turntable bundle.
Wow, I heard that as BJ Hero. That's a different game.
For with a completely different peripheral.
It comes with a fleshlight.
And lipstick, so you see how far down you get.
God. They have a rainbow party.
Rainbow party. Hey, this Friday. I call purple.
I learned about that from Law and Order. Right from the headlines.
Never happened. Look, I was in high school.
All right.
Rainbow party.
Moving on.
There'll be a link to it on the TalkRadar.
There will not.
DJ Hero with turntable bundle, $50.
There you go. I like DJ Hero. It's
I do
easy
too.
It's easy to hate, but and it's Activision, and hey, another exploitable music game. But I enjoyed the shit out of that game.
Activision's easy to hate. Dan Amrich's easy to hate.
What a fucker.
What a jerk. But if you use the coupon code on Microsoft.com, CLR, maybe a dash, MSFT, clearance, Microsoft, dash, hold on, dash games, dash 50.
What the
percent sign? Look, I don't make the coupon codes.
You forgot the part of the URL that says "fuck you."
It's not an URL. Look, your best bet is to Google it. Google the Microsoft.com deal. That's a really good deal for DJ Hero.
Just Google the Microsoft code.
All right. You jerks.
I wanted to laugh,
jerks.
I didn't get one.
GameStop.
You got the
Good.
tackle.
Good. Here. There's your fucking laugh. Fucking Three Stooges drum. That's all. GameStop. What am I seeing? What am I seeing? Super Street Fighter 4 for $25.
Wow.
Goodness.
Really?
Why are you saying wow? You sent this to me.
Oh, I did. You're right.
No, well, I'm saying it legitimately. Wow.
It's a fine game, and if you want to buy it and play with us on this Friday tonight, we will be playing again. So get on. We'll be streaming it.
Mm-hmm. On PS3 and 360 now, right?
Yeah, well, both. We do both. Games Radar Core and Games Radar 1, 360 PS3.
15% off and $10 towards future purchases.
Yeah.
This is so very confusing. Coupon
They've
code.
been doing those a lot lately. It's because Amazon's been pushing them to do it.
Exactly.
They have to keep up with
GameStop
Amazon.
and Amazon are battling. Battling. It's brutal and amazing.
And we're the winners.
I know. The coupon code is 2D15. 2D15. 2D15.
That's not a two-dimensional game.
I know. It should have been 16 for 16-bit 2D
all right,
games.
stop it.
Right?
Stop it.
Right?
This all takes
Right?
up. This all takes up hard drive space. But I'm going to give it to Amazon this week because I finally used it. Tons of games on Amazon qualify for $10 store credit, which is easier than they sent me this long, elaborate email. I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to use this properly, but it automatically includes itself in your next game
I had
purchase.
to teach you how to use it.
Which it did automatically.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I did it. $10 store credit at least at Mario Galaxy 2. If you get it soon enough, you'll get more than that.
When you're listening to this, as long as you order it before Sunday, and even sometimes they extend those deals
to the middle of the week.
To the middle of the week. So but if you even think about getting Galaxy 2, and after you listen to me fawn over it, there you should be convinced that you should get it. Then you should pre-order it on Amazon over any other place. And I wish I was getting paid for this, but I'm not.
It's $20 cash back. It's fucking ridiculous. It's like getting the game for $30.
And you get free shipping on top of that.
Free shipping. Also qualifying.
We should really be being paid by Amazon
for $10. Some of us are. $10 store credit. Also accounts for Splinter Cell Conviction, God of War 3, Halo Reach, Mass Effect 2, Assassin's Creed 2, COD Black Ops, Split Second, Uncharted 2, Green Day Rock Band, and a ridiculous amount more, including the Maddens, the Tiger Woods,
Singularity.
And that was
Remember that game nobody heard of?
Singularity. Who?
Somehow still not out, but I feel like it's been out for a year.
Made by Raven Software. They made that Wolfenstein game that nobody played either.
Didn't Raven make Justice League Task Force or whatever that?
No. Raven made the good ones. They made X-Men.
There it is, X-Men. That's what I was saying.
And they also made that awesome Wolverine game.
That's true.
Okay.
Even though Charlie didn't like it.
Okay, now we're in the community segment.
All right.
We've already told you how to get T-shirts. We've already told you how to save literally thousands on games.
Thousands of pennies.
Now we're rewarding you just for typing words. Last week's question of the week was, what's your favorite game demo? And I was very surprised how many people said Just Cause 2. And I did like that because I haven't seen many console games do the 30-minute limit. Like, do whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
In 30 minutes, which sort of challenges you to delete it and download it again. A lot of folks said Shadow of the Colossus, and We Love Katamari, which was their disc on when they bought their PS2.
Oh, really?
Initially, and I figured, I didn't actually know that because I bought a PS2.
We bought them in launch like real fans.
Whoa! Some of these kids are 10 years old right now.
Just saying October 20th. What the fuck? 2000. Get with it.
Garnzer, and this I liked. I forget it. Tied into something you said earlier. Oh, it was about playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption as part of the preview. The demo for the PS1 remake of Lunar Silver Star let you save. So when you bought the game, you didn't have to play back to the beginning that you just demoed.
Oh, sweet!
Wow, I did not remember that.
He says, "I don't know why more demos don't do that, and I don't either."
That's working.
Cool. I don't
working
either.
Designs was smart.
October 26th for PlayStation.
That's a date for Melston.
I
I'm going to give you
for the
Michael's
PlayStation 2 launch. I said the 20th.
I forgot to mention last week. I really like the Arkham Asylum demo too, which was basically the beginning, but they remixed it and cut stuff out. And
I would imagine.
Well, as a demo.
Alex Mercer 1337 said Time Shift. He had a nice little story. Time Shift is one of those games that had the history of like being completely redeveloped. And he had downloaded the PC one, and he talks about how when he finally got it on 360, he hated it. But played the demo a lot. Super Zero Sonic said Wolfenstein 3D, which I was surprised we didn't hear more of. But then we ran out of hard drive space last week. Stone Magician 99 just included a picture of Metroid Prime Hunter's first hunt.
Oh, for the DS.
Yeah, just the cartridge. How did that happen?
It just came with the DS on launch day, November 21st, 2004.
At that time, I was completely baffled. I couldn't imagine the DS taking off as a platform.
Yeah, it was like that launch, but for some reason that the premise of that FPS Metroid, it did work, and that's what was very promising. Then the game didn't come out till March of 2006. So it sat there for a year and some months.
Such a weird time to think about when like the PSP first came out. Like, man, this thing is going to murder say goodbye to the handheld space, Nintendo.
And then that's not what happened.
You never know, and that's why I won't say anything anymore.
Yeah, everyone was wrong about
reading about it in magazines like 8 months late. Sega Saturn surprises the world by releasing 3 months early. Man, that should guarantee victory.
Oh, man, the 360's totally going to be Dreamcasted when the PS3 comes out.
I know. Will not comment on jack shit anymore. 3DS.
No more predictions.
People have asked me, 3DS, what do you think? I'm not saying a fucking word.
No, nobody will say shit about the 3DS until it comes out and sells 4 billion.
I don't know about the 3DS. And it was nice that I saw, what's his nuts? Who's the CEO? He was just sort of like, well,
Iwata.
3D is not going to make games better. It's all about how it's implemented. It's up to you, not us, dickheads. We're just giving you the methods.
Nintendo usually has a good
That was a direct
reason
quote.
for doing something.
Yeah, I've read that actually. I can't believe you said dickhead.
I know, it's weird, especially in Japanese. It sounds so elegant.
That's pretty.
New users and second NXon said, seeing as the Panzer Draga Saga disc and the Christmas Nights disc have been mentioned, I will say San Francisco Rush 2049 in the Dreamcast.
Oh yeah, totally. I played that demo so many times, like the stunt track over and over and over again. Oh, somebody had an accident.
Me, my friends, and my girlfriend spent literally hours playing the stunt mode.
I like how your girlfriend isn't one of your friends.
He wants to point out he had a girlfriend.
All right.
Everybody, we all do it.
I'm just being contrary.
Playing the stunt mode, despite its limitations, I finally got around to buying San Francisco Rush 2049 last year.
Wow.
And I've played the actual game for about an hour.
I did the same deal when it came out on like an Xbox Midway compilation.
Oh,
like,
I remember that.
I bought it for that because I was like,
Volume
3. 2049. I'm going to play this all the time. I play it for like 5 minutes. So
Last time I played it was at California Extreme in San Jose. They had all the machines linked up. It's a great classic arcade expo.
I had so much fun last year. We got to go to this. As Games Radar should go to it this year.
Look for California Extreme, everybody. Dan Amrick will be there.
Oh yeah, always winning trivia contests. Almost.
He's in heaven there.
All right. Also, new users: Akon, Dr. Intrigue, who mentioned it was a little difficult to talk about demos without mentioning the internet, the PC, and disc games. But he mentioned the NES kiosk at Ames, which was a name I haven't heard brought up in literally 10 years.
Sounds weird to me.
AMES. It was a department store. Like
Never heard of it.
Service merchandise in Montgomery Ward.
Yeah, Montgomery Ward. I remember playing
Monkey
it
Ward.
at that. Yeah. Monkey.
You know what else? Just little trivia. Montgomery Ward. You know what? They should be credited with creating Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, really?
That was all Montgomery Ward.
Was it?
Wow. Yes, it was. They hired some artist to make a book to go out at Christmas time, and he came up with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. They wrote a gay-ass song about it, and here we are singing his praises every year.
What decade, era is that?
Like way closer to the release of the Christmas special than you'd like to think.
Like 50s, 60s?
Somewhere in the 50s, literally less than 10 years before that thing came out. It was like an instant phenomenon.
Now Montgomery Ward is just dust in the wind. Just about nobody
they all
remembers the name of it.
they all turned into Sears. And
the
then they all
dude who wrote that
closed.
song, he's like, "Can you write more Christmas songs?" Like, I don't know, maybe in silver and gold. He wrote that immediately for out of nowhere, just threw it out.
God. Write one song and you're set.
Silly Pigeon new user Yoda's Free Boat. Initial Reaction Show, which I think is a podcast plugging on our site, which I say go ahead, start small.
Initial Reaction Show.
Initial Reaction Show. Shaptak. Also, the longest and most annoying username to use to log on ever. Fuck it, it's too long.
Wow.
Also a new user. The longest and most annoying username to use to log on ever. Fuck it, it's too long. He just said Doom changed the world. I like that. And also new this week was fisting Lizzie's trunk butt.
There it is. I was waiting for that one.
Here.
Okay, so now we can move into more.
She tweeted that she was finally the victim of a Games Radar username.
Oh, is that what she said? Finally, all
Yeah.
right. New question, or do you?
I do have a new question of the week before we jump into the rest of the community segment. Over the weekend, me and Charlie Bearhat and Carolyn went down to, and other friends of ours went down to.
Obviously, I wasn't invited.
Well, I'm sure we mentioned it. It was a ukulele party.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that was mentioned. We went down and we it was a fine day in the sun on the grass, and we laid down the carpet and started playing.
Boring.
No, wait till I get to the sarsaparilla.
All right.
We played card games, and we started playing bocce ball, and then it made me wonder.
Bocce ball?
Yeah.
That's Italian.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. It made me think, because playing any of these card games, like Set was one of the card games we played, and it made me just want, if you don't know what Set is, just fucking look it up. It's just a card game that makes me want to rip my eyes out. But it made me think, what is a game, non-video game, board game, game outside, what is a non-video game that has made you rage quit? And we're playing bocce ball, and every time I throw the ball, it's like I might as well be bowling and throwing as hard as I can. It's like I want to turn over the entire lawn and flip the lawn over and run out of the yard. Like, fuck it, I'm done. And this card game, fuck it, flip the blanket over and all the cards go flying everywhere. Is any kind of board game, anything where you're just like, I can't do this anymore. This is ridiculous.
That sucks.
Okay. Well, I can name a board game real quick. I don't do outdoor games. I'm not an active person.
Really?
But,
sorry. Jesus.
I'm
sorry.
I think the angriest I got during a game, I think it was Risk. I really got...
Damn it.
This was a family Risk game.
I think Risk is going to be a recurring...
Well, it was a family Risk game. It was me, mom, dad, brother. And the problem was, basically it turned into me and my brother, fighting for her to side with one of us in a fight. And then, this is how it happened several times when we played it. I remember the angriest I got was, she sided with him and teamed up with him to take me down.
Favorite son.
And I was like, yeah. Well, also, I would focus on taking Asia because I wanted to control all of Asia because you get the most bonus armies at that point. Anyway... But then the capper was, it made me so angry was I would roll the dice, and then I got into not, like, if my brother reacted like he won, then I would just think, oh man, he won. I'm not even going to count the numbers on these die. And then, like, he revealed to me after about, like, 10 turns of that, he's like, you know, I've been losing on a lot of those. And I've just been pretending. I was like, you fucking snake in the grass. I just ran into my room and just quit. Like, I hate all of you people, you jerks.
Did you cry?
Maybe after I closed the door.
Okay.
I didn't want them to see.
I enjoy that. I enjoy that story.
And I had a similar anger like that at playing Monopoly or...
Of course it's Monopoly, yeah.
Those two,
Mine, the one that comes to my mind, it wasn't me, but it was Risk, and we were all playing, and one of my friends, like, fucking felt like 4 hours into this game, like in the middle. You know how some board games, they all fold to fit in the box, but then some of them fold and then fold again. They have, like, multiple folds.
Oh, Fireball Island, of course.
We're playing Risk, and that has like 2 folds in it, and all the pieces are out, and it gets to his turn. Silence. Bam! Punches the board with his fist and launches all the pieces up into the air, and the board leaves the ground, and in the air does like a transformer, and lands standing up, and with all the shit scattered across the room. And this is when I happened to carry a camera with me. I happen to carry a camera everywhere at all times, so I took a picture like the second after it happens, and he's got his hands up like, "What? What are you gonna do?" And we just quit playing. That's the only time I've ever played Risk, and that's how the one game ended of Risk. After hearing years from every Risk, it always ends with somebody getting mad.
Yeah,
well, and he literally punched the board.
I think the biggest problem with Risk is that it takes so long. Like you said, 4 hours, and so once you've invested that much time into it, you can't lose. Then, it's not like just some half-hour long game of Sorry or whatever.
Yeah, fucking Sorry.
Yeah.
My thing is that, like, I used to, when I was a kid, you know, I would learn to play games, but my parents would teach me to play them without telling me all of the rules because they wanted to coddle me a bit, I think. Mm-hmm. And so when I would, you know, we're talking like 6, 7 years old, and when I would go and try to play those games against friends, then I would suddenly run into things like, you know, when my dad and I played chess, we'd always just, you know, capture each other's kings. And so when I captured my friend's king, he's like, "No, you can't do that. You have to tell me first." Like, "What do you mean I have to tell you?" And it's like, "No, you have to take it back and say checkmate." And it's like, I take it back. It's like, "Okay, checkmate." It's like, "No, you have to say it before you move." I'm like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?"
As a 7-year-old.
Yeah. Well, probably not those exact words.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. And then, like...
Michael also grew up as Hit Girl, by the way.
Yeah, sure. Also played, you know, we had a basketball hoop in the driveway, and so, you know, my dad taught me to play basketball without telling me certain key rules, so it's like, you know, what do you mean what's traveling? What do you mean?
Throw it to the ground the whole time?
What's a foul? I just pushed you. What? No.
No, it's the only contact sport where you're not allowed to make any contact with anybody ever.
Yeah, what do you mean I can't touch you? How else am I supposed to stop you from shooting?
God, I hate basketball.
You're making this shit up.
It's the only game I broke my finger to stop playing.
Oh, what? I'm sorry.
In high school, to get out of playing PE.
Chris?
This happened. I broke my ring finger.
Almost literally have nothing. Like I'm not a competitive person, and once I discovered games, I stopped doing most of this other stuff. And
no lawn darts or croquet? Or
you never been on a family vacation where there's nothing to do and they break out a board game? Or
it's not funny to say, but every board game or physical sport activity I've ever done, I've excelled at and haven't given a fuck. I have not cared once. You want to be on the travel team? No. I don't care. Like I've never cared. All I've cared about is drinking, vagina, and games. And
you got a lot going on upstairs.
Whatever. Like I'm not going to apologize for not being an athlete. I always thought everybody I was hanging out with in athletics were dunderheaded shit faces who I didn't want to be involved with. I wanted to go hang out with my friends who were playing Risk, which they never let me play anyway because I was always too wild.
I should probably say I didn't cover the rage quit aspect in my stories, but yeah, they mostly ended with me screaming, "You're a liar!" and storming off and closing myself into my room and crying.
I've never rage quit.
Waiting for someone to come in and apologize to me like a fucking pussy.
I hate competing with anybody at fucking anything. Ever. So I made it my whole life. I've never done it. Like, you have to be in the swim team for a game. Whoops-a-daisy, I won the meet. That was uncomfortable. I'm not going back. and never went back.
Wow.
But Genesis Spider-Man was worth
It
it.
was so fucking worth it. I even got my sister to get fucking like Altered Beast or some retarded bullshit like that. Some arcane?
Some artarded?
Some...
Speaking of the letter R, answer that question of the week in GameStarter.com/forums in the TalkRadar podcast. What non-video game has made you rage quit? Board game, lawn game,
the game of life.
Game of life, probably.
Well,
with
that's when you
the game of life.
Well, when you rage quit is when you kill yourself.
Does college count? Several times.
Several times I quit.
Well, I left that out of my
I rage quit college so many times.
I just sucked it up and whatever.
I did. I got from freshman year to graduating senior in 2 years after 4 years of being a freshman. After 4 years of being a freshman.
Oh.
I'm a terrible example.
That gets a lot of prerequisites out of the way.
A terrible example.
Yeah,
Let me go show you my old gymnastics routine. I quit that too. I was pretty good at that as well.
Dude, I could
didn't care because I
with the best of them.
It's like right when I got Mario Brothers, I could not give a fuck. I remember crying to get out of gymnastics. Over Mario Brothers.
That was the power.
Who do you want to go play with? Like, do you not feel bad about how much you're playing with Mario Brothers? Like, the only person I feel bad for is my fucking cat, because my cat and I were very close before I got this NES.
Aww, that's a sad.
Too much.
But the cat could lay next to you. Cats just like to lay.
She didn't like Mario Brothers. When I got Mario 2, cat was all fucking over it. She couldn't stop. She couldn't stop watching the screen. Fucking Pee-wee. She disappeared. She never came back. If you see Pee-wee,
she'll be 27 years old.
Come to the name of Pee-wee. Yeah, she'll be about 25. Good old quarter of a century cat wanders up to you by the name of Pee-wee. Make sure to shoot me a PM.
Hey, I found your cat. It's made of bones.
PW.
Also some skin. Not all of it, though.
If you see my cat's reanimated skeleton, I'm not interested in the regular skeleton.
Speaking of skeletons, I remember seeing a movie where a skeleton was walking around, and this is really off topic, but
Ghost Dad.
I remember thinking, that's stupid. Skeletons don't even have a muscle. How would they even walk and stand up with no muscles to hold them up? And then one of my friends, very seriously, they're magically animated skeletons. They don't need muscles. And then I felt stupid for even asking.
Brett, all those answers will be asked in Lost season finale on Sunday.
On Sunday, from starting at 7 Central
because
Pacific, whatever. We're all going to watch 3 hours of Lost and hate every fucking minute of it.
Not me.
Because a rabbi kicked a kosher kickball at it. That's why.
And skeletons. Yeah, answer that question of the week, please. GameStarter.com/forums. I would love if you would go in there and pretend to enjoy yourself.
It should be less orange by the time you're hearing
this. It might be less orange by the next podcast. It should be. And before we jump into the phone calls, I did want to say that on Twitter, which we're all on Twitter, and you should follow, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, follow me.
Batman5273 is saying he and Graboids are having a R-Ape video game... Having an R-Ape video game reference off.
It's beautiful.
In the forums.
Alan R-Ape.
Alan R-Ape. So that's probably worth. And then
it was Gears of R-Ape.
Gears of R-Ape.
Which I liked, but I almost think it should have been R-Apes of Wrath.
That's a separate one.
Yeah, but at this point it's just guys in fucking armor with gorilla faces. Like, who cares?
And Mike PMCC said lots of R-aping going on in the fan art thread, which made me then go look, and why I'm telling you about it now.
Whatever. Our boss isn't here this week.
Definitely.
Or it'll go unnoticed.
That's the hope. So yeah, let's do some phone calls.
Calls from the public. Calls.
It's waiting for you to have that sound effect for some reason. Yeah.
I love that show. I know what keeps you up at night. Say, where are all the bodies? Well, now you can get by the Civil War skeleton. What?
I have no idea what you're doing right now, but it's
one of my
wonderful.
favorite Precious Roy sketches from Syphil and Ollie.
Yeah. Easy.
All
You're
right.
not the king of the temple.
My hookers! No, we're selling scare hookers. What? You guys are suckers!
All right.
Oh,
All
one
right.
more comment on Split Second.
It's Josh.
Does that bring it to 2?
Keywords of the day, fucking 5. That's how many comments everything has.
Oh, phone calls. Hello. Everyone, look at me. I've got sound effects. Phone calls, your phone calls every week. We still got a huge backlog, so we're going to try to blow through a bunch of them now. But 1-877-404-1337. That's the phone number. The extension, what is it? 327. DAR or FAP. Take your pick.
Batman 5273 created us an image using our former president, which will be on the TalkRadar 102 page.
102 page. So the first one this week comes from Strangle Me, talking about Chinatown Wars.
Yo, TalkRadar, what's up, guys? It's Strangle Me again. Just calling you guys with some reggae playing in the background. If anybody can point that out now, why don't you point that out? What is that right there?
So he's.
Oh, that is the music from Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. I just want to call and thank you guys for recommending that game. You can tell that I listen to old podcasts a lot, but thank you very much for recommending that game. I bought a DS just for that game, and it's so worth it if I never buy another game. The music on this fucking game is amazing. I'm over here smoked out listening to this reggae shit.
So
I love this message, but I think he will be the only person in history to combine all those words together into several sentences. I bought a DS for Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
I love everything about it. Yeah.
I listen to all your podcasts.
Yeah, that too.
Thank you, Strangle Me. That made me feel good that someone listened to our thing. And I love the music in that game as well, so it's fucking brilliant music. Next one is from Chris Antista, Likes Little Boys.
Hey.
Hey, Doctor.
Pardon that pubescence. He's getting there.
All right.
Hey, Doctor. Hey, TalkRadar. It's Chris Antista, Likes Little Boys. I know I missed wishing you a happy 100. So happy 101, motherfuckers!
Which I meant to play. I meant to play last week. I'm sorry.
You ran out of hard drive space.
Yeah, we ran out of hard drive space last week. Not this week.
Anyway, I was calling because I got this thing and the manual's really Englishy. So I just thought I'd read you one thing.
Okay.
Power plus up key pressed together. Press when you are playing the game. Increase the audio volume. Gong.
Hey, you found it.
I found it. Letting it play out. There we go. Whoa.
There was a snake in my
There
purse.
was. Wow, that's really loud.
How do you always find
There
that?
were women in his boots.
I don't even know what that sound is. What's the name of that?
It's from that pinball game that I
wasn't here. I don't know what the fucking sound
Dan
is.
Emmerich gave it to me. I don't know where it's
Where
from.
is it on the board? And how do you find it so
I put it
quickly?
back in today.
Okay.
All right. Next phone call.
Hey, TDar. Two quick questions. One, do you ever get creeped out when people come up to you and talk to you like they know you, and you have no idea who they are, but just because
Did
they
we?
listen to the
I think we
podcast
did.
so much, they feel like they're just very well connected with you, so they feel justified in just coming up and saying, "Oh, hey, Chris Antista, you blah blah blah."
Did we?
I don't know where to go from there.
All right.
No,
Well,
a few people have
Or at
done that
least
before.
a similar question to this, I feel like. If it wasn't
It's
a
very
similar
strange because we
wording.
don't consider ourselves celebrities.
Oh, I do believe we did. Yeah, I just didn't move it out of my folder.
Basically, what I'm
sorry.
going to do from here on out is try and learn more about you, which will be way creepier.
Yeah. I know you do have a sister.
During social discourse.
All right. Sorry, creepy talkers have sex, which is what I named the file. Wait, there was something at the end.
You know, that's all I feel I need to say. I'm looking for Explosion Man.
All right. Well, whatever. Next one.
Hey, TalkRadar. This is Tommy Wood, Blood Muffins in the forums, and I was just going to say thank you for all the 93 weeks of hilarity that
You can see how old this is.
Wow.
I'm trying to get through them. I'm not kidding.
that you have given me and everyone else who listens. I've been listening to TalkRadar since day one, and I love it. I just love everything about it. It's definitely the best gaming podcast out there. It's really awesome. So I just want to say thank you for being so awesome.
So that makes us all feel a little better.
Yeah.
I won't kill myself tonight.
We should listen to that every time.
But
we feel
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, new day.
Look, I'll never kill myself.
New day for self-death.
Intentionally.
And then the next three that I've grabbed are literally what I'm going to start doing from now on, which is how OXM does it.
What?
They queue them up randomly so the hosts don't even know what they are.
Okay.
Basically, which means Ryan doesn't know what they are. Ryan McCaffrey from OXM. Wonderful man.
Is there anybody else? Who else is doing that?
Andy?
Is Andy on?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he also queues up a lot of sounds. But I'm literally just saving the files, so we will all hear them simultaneously. I'm not going to screen these anymore. We're just going to start playing them.
Okay.
And,
It's a good idea.
And it's
I
taking.
worry about
There's so many that this week we'll do three, but
get ready, yo.
next week I can do a lot more. But so here we go. I have no idea what any of these are going to be.
I see shaping your child's sexual identity on Michael's computer.
Yeah, it's BuzzFeed.
All right, here we go. First one. This is an old one, so who knows?
Hey, TalkRadar. This is Tommy Wood, Blood Muffins.
No shit. Wow, it's the same person.
You seriously didn't grab the?
No, I did. I really didn't.
Okay.
And I was just going to say thank you for all the 93.
Wait, what the hell?
This is a good argument on why you should listen to phone calls.
So this is a bad idea.
No. One more.
What the hell? All right, next one.
Hey, this is Matt Flab Slapper from the forums.
Hi, I know Flab Slapper.
Yeah, I woke up from a nice nap, listening to you guys because I use you guys to fall asleep because I love listening to your soothing voices, and I thought it was a really cool question. I think it would be cool if you guys answered. You guys have any stories of disillusionment when you were becoming or trying to become games journalists, and what did you do or who helped you through any depressing times when you felt like maybe games journalism was just going to be a dream, and you thought maybe it wasn't going to happen? I just thought it'd be kind of cool for the fans to hear some.
I cannot believe people think that we've made the dream.
Well, I feel happy.
It was a dream I
time.
chased for 6 years, and I finally fucking got it.
I feel.
I'm
happy.
sorry the rest of you fell into it.
It's not that we.
Yeah, you fuckers lucked into internships.
Whoa, wait.
Well,
Let's balance things out for a second.
Okay.
I can't afford to buy soup, let alone games. Nobody sends me shit, unlike you guys. It's play the farts all you want. It's not as glamorous as you'd think. I'm in incredible debt. I'm extremely tired. My girlfriend wants to divorce me, even though we're not married.
On the other hand, you write about games for a living.
Yes, I get passionate about things that you guys seem to like, because I never played them.
And there is some money involved in it. Well,
especially when review scores are on the line.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Lots of
so
money.
much money from Nintendo for that review.
Man.
Well, I am never disillusioned or depressed ever about this job. Always excited. Always happy.
Mine was actually Hank's answer.
Right. Well, I think he was meaning in the chase to get the job.
Oh yeah, no.
I remember being when I was still working at ABC, and I was writing for a couple different newspapers, and I was trying to get my own column syndicated, that I could do a review a week, and I was getting paid fucking nothing. But I was like, if I can syndicate my column and get this one review published in 5 or 6 different newspapers in the region, I'd make $20 for each of those, and I could make $100 a week. Oh my god! And I'd be whoa, $100. Midwest that goes off.
$100 video game based.
Yeah.
At that time would have blown my fucking mind.
Yeah. Which is, and it's an 05, and I'm like, okay, but then that was extreme struggle, because to get real newspapers of note and of size to go, hi, I write about video game. They don't want to fucking hear it. So that was frustrating. It was really difficult. Then I tried to get stuff off the ground at ABC, at the affiliate that I worked at, and trying to, hey, can we do some video game stuff? I know there's a college. We reach to a huge college audience. There happens to be a university in broadcast range of us. They watch. could watch blah blah blah. Basically, they don't want to have anything to do with games because only old people watch the news, and they fucking admitted that. Like, we can look at the demographics. No young kids watch the local news, so why should we even bother? And it's like, you're right, why even try? So that frustrated me, and then every month I would get a new magazine and a new EGM, a new Game Informer, a new Game Pro, and every month I'm like looking at all these people doing all this cool shit, and I'm just getting so fucking frustrated. And then I watch G4 for the only reason is to feel like I'm somewhat related to the games industry, so I feel like I know what's going on. And then finally through emailing, I found Dan Emmerich, I found Eric Bratcher, and both, Eric helped me a lot, and then Dan was also helpful giving me feedback, so those two, responded to my emails that were cold emails from some stranger they'd never heard of, and both of them really, not just feedback in writing, but also, send me some samples, and then that slowly worked into freelancing, and then Radar, but there was definitely, a year-long period where I was just, fuck, this is never going to fucking work. Why do I even try? Why do I even bother? And then,
Well, I had a similar thing, too, where, when I first moved I moved to California just wanting to be away from Florida. I didn't really know what I wanted to do.
As far as you could get.
Feel you, buddy.
Yeah.
Up top.
Yeah, the high five. The only farthest place, I guess you could go to Seattle, which would be the longest straight line away.
But at the same time, I was listening to I was always interested in games, but I was listening to a lot of gaming podcasts. And I would hear these editors talking, and I'm like, man, that job sounds like fun. And so that's when, and then I also realized, hey, a lot of people are based in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And so I started applying for internships, and I got my first interview for an internship, on January 1st, 2007. And I did not, 2008. And then I did not actually start. I finally scored an internship at Games Radar on an unpaid internship at Games Radar on Valentine's Day of 2000. Valentine's Day of 2008 after it was January 1st, 2007 for the other internship interview. Anyway, it took over a year before I got an unpaid internship after my first interview, which again that took a year to score one of those. So
right.
And then I was an unpaid intern for about more like 9 months.
Yeah, I didn't mean to make I did not fall into this industry. I did freelance for a lot of people for about a year. But all that fun stuff, all the, what you call it, trips and games, all those perks, those don't happen to me.
Well, I've been
says the guy who went to fucking Venice.
Yeah, come on now.
And Vancouver.
Once.
And LA. And
everybody I know here where I'm qualified to work their position. People ask me, to be in the games, it requires a lot of passion because you can go work somewhere else for a billion times more tomorrow.
Heartwarming, Michael.
I see.
Yeah. Well, let's see. For about 4.5 years, I wrote a column for free for whatever newspapers I was working at. And that was really kind of discouraging because it's they were all 1,000 words long. It was weekly, but it was a lot of work in addition to my regular job. And, getting free games was the main perk of that. And the editors were always I never got the sense that anybody read it. I never got emails. I never got any genuine feedback from the editors. They were always just like, "Oh well, video games. That's a thing that'll draw in young readers, right? No, let's run that."
Was there ever a news story that hit where they ran to you to talk about
hot coffee?
Well, no, it was never a news story. It was always something I would be a research assistant and one of the reporters comes up and is like, I'm working on a gift guide. How many video game systems are there?
Oh, wow.
It's just PS2 and Xbox, right? It's well, there's Nintendo's GameCube also. It's oh, can I just leave that out?
Wait,
really?
Just
the games
a
are
Gilligan's
on those
Island intro
chips?
sketch and the rest.
Yeah, so that was kind of miserable.
I at least had in college town, I was able to at least get some people oh hey, I read your thing, but it's yeah, and I smoked with you earlier.
Yeah,
so.
well, it was a combination of nobody reads it, nobody gives a shit, and also I was trying aggressively to break into the real games journalism industry. And I just sent countless resumes to IGN, GameSpot, and IGN I was super reluctant because this is around the time when they did their stupid McDonald's stunt.
Yeah.
It's just I don't want to work for that place. It's but it would be my foot in the door. So, and now I'm pissing off anyone from IGN who's listening to this. But,
well, this
was years ago.
That was like 5 years ago,
yeah.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
This is the man who created the Buy George Bush's PS2 webpage.
Oh, yes. I did that. I did the Buy Bush a PS2 thing.
So I'm so baffled every day that you did that because I saw that. And I remember seeing that and said, "That is fucking awesome."
I'm just sort of like, I had the drive to create something interesting back then.
Wow.
Really? Wow. And I actually did send it to him, but I'm rambling now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a combination that I would aggressively try to pursue this. Never got any responses back, and then I would look on the sites and I'd see these things that were just filled with not only spelling and grammatical errors, but just idiotic analysis and opinions. I was like, these fuckers get paid hundreds of dollars to do this shit. I can't even get a call back.
Wow, that's the first time Michael has hit the maximum audio.
I saw some criticism on another site of games journalists, and when you're done swimming in your pile of money.
Oh my God!
Okay,
yeah,
relax.
Whatever.
It takes a little bit of passion and drive to want to do this, and I can't imagine myself doing anything else. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah,
else.
I'm scared of when the industry collapses, and it's like, so my marketable skill,
and it will. It will collapse.
Again, this was about to be not disillusioned or depressed.
Yeah. But I mean, the recurring theme here is...
I mean, they should be, because I moved out here and I tried to sustain myself off of freelance. And that's very difficult to do in a city this size. But you also need to be here in order to be around all of it.
You've got to move to Sodom and Gomorrah, San Francisco.
My story obviously has a happy ending, but it was because I persisted in writing this stupid column for years and years. Finally, the editor of GMR magazine back in 2004 had been reading it for a while, and he's like, "Hey, we need to hire an editor. Who should we tap?" And so it's like,
really?
He contacted me just out of the blue, and this was after a period of frustration. Just got this email. It's like, hey, we're from GMR magazine, which I just started reading, and I thought,
I fucking love.
Yeah, and it's like, would you be interested in applying for a job with us? What?
Dude, I know exactly. I remember driving. I was getting my fucking oil changed in the most mundane existence you can imagine.
Yeah.
And then driving home, and then my cell phone rings, and I'm checking my voicemail, and it's like, oh yeah, hi, this is blah 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 with Future US. We're wondering if you want to interview for a job for a new website, Games Radar. And fucking almost run my car off the road. I'm literally driving through a shit town of 10,000 people. Good boil chime. Maybe later I'll go to Dairy Queen. And then I was able to oh my God, this is it. I've been fucking trying for years to do this, and just lost my shit silently to myself.
Yeah, I should say I didn't get the editor job, but I did get a freelancing gig out of it.
Even if you are vexed, as Michael was earlier in the podcast, with building that tomb.
It was a pretty fucked up tomb, you have to admit.
Do not give up.
Are we still recording?
Don't give up on your dreams.
Next question, final one.
Not an issue of giving up on your dreams, but I want to make it a point to say, start your own shit.
Yeah.
People ask me, where do you start? You start by making your own blog. If people start reading your own blog, odds are you can make more money. You can make a living off of your own blog. I think the structure, no offense to anybody in this room or anybody in that room over there, but the structure of the corporate structure of a games website is done. It's over. The magazines, obviously they'll be around forever in any format. But make your own way. Find your own voice right now. Right now.
All right, so we got right now. One more phone call.
Yeah, I did that a lot. Just write for the sake of fucking writing.
Right now. Just for practice. If people start looking, it'll benefit you. If you have the practice, it'll benefit you.
Get yourself out there and be very persistent. And be prepared to be persistent for a long time.
We will answer this question again when you ask it at PAX. Please go to PAX, everybody. We will have a panel there. Please go to PAX. Last question.
What's up, man? Edwin from NYC. Handles in Saba Noor. Quick question, or quick note. Chris, Bee's niece. That's from Princess and the Frog. That's the bachelor going to be the Bee's niece. Another question I got. Why is there no King Arthur game? Knights of the Round Table.
There is.
What is up with that? We haven't
several.
I had another question. Can't remember right now. Driving.
Technically illegal in my state, but whatever. Yeah, there's been
there's several. There's movies based off the King Arthur movie.
Yeah, there was the King Arthur
Knights of the Round by Capcom, which I fucking loved.
Yeah. Well, again, but Knights of the Round is how old?
I don't know.
It's decades.
Mesozoic? I don't know.
Yeah. There's also...
But there's that King Arthur... I forget... Was the movie just called King Arthur?
Yes.
Yeah. I actually...
You have swag from it on your desk.
I have... That is actually 2 items of swag. Because the King Arthur sword came by itself, and then there was an identical sword that went into a stone that was emblazoned with Legion, the Legend of Excalibur, which was another King Arthur game that came out before.
Wow.
King Arthur.
And then there was another King Arthur game about like a bunch of high school football players who go back in time to King Arthur's court. And
with the Rookie of the Year kid?
Who knows?
Funky Butt Lovin'?
I think it was based on a Saturday morning TV show back in the SNES era.
A kid in King Arthur's court?
I think you're getting that confused with Blackest Night or Black Knight.
Oh man, that is
this was a thing. I remember it.
Here's the thing.
But a lot of those
you have to understand. King Arthur is very old.
Conquest of Camelot also.
Propaganda. It's not real. It never happened. You're upholding like a medieval government story from 400 years ago.
Yeah, but
I'm a big fan of Sword of Stone.
But it's a great story, The Green Knight.
It doesn't make any sense. It's like it's one of those stories like Robin Hood. It's rooted in a very small.
You're right. We should get rid of our
myths
myths forever.
I never said get rid of
because
mythology.
they had some sort of
I never said get rid of
propaganda
mythology.
use.
But you know what you don't do? You don't base games off of it. My point has been subjugated. Crap.
Wow, I didn't know.
Crap.
Give me a number. Do one of those things that I always do to you.
5th to the right, 4 down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
I can't. It's what I feel like when I'm looking at your fucking screensaver go by with all these comic book characters, Superman uppercutting somebody in the crotch. Yeah.
That's probably Zod.
Do you really update your screensaver?
No.
With all your box art?
The box art is always updated. My screensaver is constantly up.
Do you do it?
Yeah.
Or is it from some file? I saw Halo Reach in here and like...
Yeah, I update it.
What's insane to me is that you do the backs of every box too. Like
no, I scanned the backs of my SNES, NES, and N64 games.
Okay, but still, that's just so weird to me. Why do you want to see the
Because I threw the box away and I want to know what the back looks like.
Just given the amount of time it takes to scan that shit.
Since I left that seat, we have done 4 hours more podcasts. Is that
Right.
what it...
Right, that's about right. So that's the phone calls. 1-877-404-1337 is the phone number. 327 is the extension. That's how I'm going to be doing them from now on. Is just playing them cold and try to get through this backlog. Please keep calling, and please keep in mind that PAX. There's a ton of phone calls, and that's why I feel bad that I have to listen and I need to name the file and put it in a folder. Forget that. I'm just going to start. You call, I'm dragging it in the folder. We're going to play it. It'll just be quicker, and then we'll be at PAX in September. Please go. It'll be pretty cool.
So now we can officially say that?
I've submitted it to PAX, and I don't see how they're going to fucking say no. Like, all the stuff that gets approved there, like, I just assume, like, it seems like a pretty safe thing.
We're way better than the other people.
Not that we're better. It's just, it's not that we're better at all. It's just that there's Future's we're gonna pitch a lot of stuff. So
it does seem like a place where we could go to thrive. And
if you're of age, come out
atmosphere.
after. Yeah, like that. I went to PAX once and I loved every minute of it. So I really am excited to go. Anything to tease before we go?
Super Mario Galaxy review. Read it, and then also next week maybe there will be something about good T-shirts and to go back against my terrible T-shirts.
Split reason contest for a kick-ass shirt.
Split reason also in the forums.
Show your shirt in the forums.
In the TalkRadar forum.
Look at my split second thing. Anything you see my face on, comment. Twitter.
I would like to say everyone who's listening to Game Music of the Day, I thank you. And I'm actually getting requests now. Twishart wants to know about Tetrasphere, which is a great music.
I love that game.
I'm actually going to be gone for a few days next week, so I've let people know that I'm gone, and they're going to fill in the gaps. But thank you, everyone who's listening. And
I'm glad you didn't ask me.
Even if you see, I did. I sent you an email. You have June 1st, so
I do.
You have May 31st. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you for asking.
Good to know it now.
It's not a thing I ask. It's 2 weeks from now.
Figure out who you are.
He's the executive editor.
It's 2 weeks from now.
Who you are. You ask or you tell.
It's 2 weeks from now in one page. Even if you see the feature, if you see the song of the day and don't care, I would still appreciate a comment just so I know that people are
comments. Warm our
hearts because we look at those comments repeatedly.
And don't do it just because you feel like it. But if you feel like anything, if you literally feel anything like, wow, cool, wow, never didn't know anybody realized, just say it. Just say it.
Nothing hurts your heart more than seeing
it
zero
doesn't
comments after like an hour.
But like what it does, it motivates us to keep going.
It's the opposite. It doesn't count as a click or an ad impression. It counts as thank you for reading.
Yeah.
Like.
We need that more than ever now that we're doing a lot of shorter stuff.
Yeah. And I'd also like to tease we're doing a Ustream of Super Street Fighter 4 tonight. Probably me, Mike Grimm, Tyler Nagata, and Scott from P-Tom will be playing Street Fighter. Anyone else in the room who wants to join in, we'll be eating pizza, playing games like it's 6th grade. Anyone else, Michael, things to tease?
Well, yeah, I did a couple things in the last week. Prince of Persia review and guide. So if any of you actually pick it up and play it, you may want to look at the sarcophagus guide that I spent the last 2 days putting together.
Yeah.
And yeah, other than that, I've got a couple things coming up in the next couple weeks. But you know, what I'm working on right now is a review of Alpha Protocol for P-Tom. So. And that's going to be a thing.
And for us, eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Which I believe is still coming out, what sounds like a fake date of June 1st.
Mm-hmm. It does, doesn't it?
Boy, Sega, that game's going to be very popular.
I will be...
was the case. I didn't get to review split second for us. It bugged the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got an 8, which you did not agree with.
No, I did not agree with, but, whatever.
Whatever.
Well,
but if I could tease something...
Go for it.
I don't have anything else. Please sit in on our... talk back of the Iron Man 2 premiere the week it comes out. I would really appreciate that.
Huh?
Iron Man 2. When Iron Man 2 comes out next week, I would really like it if people were... What?
Iron Man 2 comes out.
Iron Man 2 came out 2 weeks ago.
Oh, we're not telling people we're recording this in the past?
Oh.
All right, well, Hank pulled the veil off of everything.
I'm sorry.
Yes, please be there for Iron Man 2, and we will also, next week, have a talk back on Robin Hood. Robin Hood, like...
What is a talk back?
Well, it's a Ustream. We're going to be Ustreaming the movie.
Oh, I see.
And a conversation on our website.
And be sure to watch the week after for the Avengers, because that'll be a really
It's going to be amazing. I shit you not.
Can I suggest a finale song?
Please,
yes,
Hank.
Henry Word, take us out.
Hank has an ending song.
Well, I was thinking on the Westerns thing, I know Wild Arms is a little too boring to really fit on the top 7. But
the intro,
but I love the intro to Wild Arms so much.
The first game?
Yeah, the first game.
Oh,
with
it's
the
fucking.
whistling.
It's a wonderful
opening,
intro.
yeah.
Chris is shaking his face. Why?
Okay.
Yeah, so I would really like to hear that over the ending credits right now.
Right, you is, Hank.
Oh, that's a gorgeous ending.
Out.
Take us out.
Oh, great